That camera was jumping around and filming the TV stand. It's a little bit bummy today, but today is the week. Me and SP go to Puerto Rico, so Thursday I will be there. So I will be taking sessions up from now until midway on Wednesday. So we have Monday, Tuesday, halfway through Wednesday. I'm about to pre-record a lot of videos today, so that way you guys are all filled in. And if you're not sure, the new job starts. If you weren't filled in, the new job starts next Wednesday. So I did wind up manifesting that job out of fear. So I will be having to have a day job. So it's going to be a little bit difficult. Um, well, not difficult. This goes right back to the way it was, where I do have to do 8 to 10 hours to someone else before coming here to give the rest of my time to the Mystic Manifesting and time for the gym and stuff like that. But it's Monday morning live, so we'll be able to keep these with that new job schedule. So we'll still be doing our lives on Monday, and we will. I will be making all the videos on Mondays. Still, and be a heavy session day for clients and stuff because I'll have the time. But I get out of this new job at 4 p.m. on Tuesday through Thursday, and I get out of there on 2:30 on Saturdays. So if I have to fill anything in or I'm not with SP or anything, I could take weekend sessions, but usually my weekends are with me and SP, which is why I usually don't take sessions then. But yes, did wind up manifesting that job. Makes good money. And against all the odds too, I broke a lot of rules to do it and wound up still manifesting it. But it was out of fear. I really didn't want to go back and want to do this full time. But realistically, at the moment, even walking in faith, it would be very tight and hard to live on just well, there's no YouTube ad revenue, so that would be, I think, where I'd make most of the money. But we're actually very close. It was funny because the day I did take the leap of faith and go into, okay, I'm just going to do this full time because I didn't know if I had the new job yet. I said, all right, I'm just going to go take a leap of faith. If anything, I said in the one video, I'll film harder, like Batman. I'll just work harder and keep up on the Mystic Manifesting page. So I did the first day, and one of the videos on TikTok hit, and it's still growing. It's like at 16,000 views, and a lot of people from TikTok came over here. So welcome if you guys are here. That's now, what do you call it? We're near actually. We're actually almost equal on subscribers. I think there's like 610 people this morning over there, and this is 826. So it's actually very close to the 1,000 to get monetized on here. So ideally, I don't know what you make on. Like I remember back in the day, everybody wanted to be a YouTuber. If it still pays really well, it might be a way where I could go full time into it from this the ad revenue and stuff, and then we could go forward from there. More time to do calls and lives, maybe 2 lives a week, or start a membership channel or something like that. But I got no problem working hard doing 2 jobs, this and that. So anyway, it's Monday. Tell me how your guys' weekend was. Was it successful? What did you do? Did you focus on yourself? Did you reconnect with SP? Did you meet a new SP? Did you manifest money? Because I have a success story on manifesting a nice little chunk of change for myself. Hey Jane, how you doing? Welcome. I just saw your comment. I see you from TikTok, so welcome over. Every Monday we go live over here. Usually try to do it in the morning. I'm organized, but not that organized. It happens in Monday mornings. Some days we'll do it later on at nighttime if I could get a guest. Like don't or if something pops up. Like I was supposed to have a guest I think last weekend or the weekend before, but I haven't heard back from him. So far we've only had one guest. But I'm glad you're enjoying the content on TikTok. I hope you'll enjoy this even more. Um, but this is where you come in if you got questions. I always try to drop a little message on Fridays, like I know it's the weekend. Make the most out of your weekend, even if you're not with SP or you don't have your manifestation or you don't have whatever's going on. Don't worry about it. I think of that little motivational thing. Watched our king get crowned. Oh, nice. That was in England, right? They did the crowning. Hopefully you had fun at that. Didn't even know that was this weekend. But hopefully you had some fun. Yeah, I always say in your weekend, do something to focus on yourself, better yourself, have fun. You don't need something to do to feel good now. That's living in the end. We want to feel good now. I'll wait for because usually it takes a while for more people to get in. Okay, nice, nice. So is it nighttime over there now? Because it's like what 9 a.m. over here. I'm using my phone today, not the computer. This is also something I do. This is how I time the. Oh, they're doing something with the power lines. This is how I time the lives. I'd have a cigar during it, just like Winston Churchill. See, I'm cultured. I remember things. And it's still. Hey Mitzi, how you doing? Welcome in. How was your weekend? 3 p.m. Oh, okay, so you guys aren't that much further ahead of us. It's funny because I'm not going to be able to do the lives on the phone anymore soon. Because if TikTok keeps growing the way it is, I mean, it jumped up to, like I said, I barely had any followers on there, and I posted one of the videos, and it just caught a wave. So I'll be doing live there and here on Mondays. I barely like the thing today. But it is different on TikTok, though. I know TikTok from being a comedian on TikTok before. It was very difficult to do a live sometimes if you're being serious. It's hard to go live on TikTok because there's so many trolls on there. So like if I'm doing this, I'm gonna be more serious than the comedy channel. I could deal with the trolls, but it will definitely be something like that probably. On my way to the gym. That's awesome, Mitzi. Working on yourself. I'm glad to hear it. I'll be going later on tonight probably. Just like every Monday, have my Monday date with SP. I only found you yesterday on TikTok. I prefer YouTube. Yeah, I prefer YouTube as well. On TikTok, I'm surprised some of those videos did well on TikTok because they're literally just little excerpts of videos I've done on here. It's like I almost don't even know. It's like this is like long formatted stuff. I get like the stupid comedy memes and stuff that I make on my other channel being something that oh yeah this is quick. TikTok's like real quick stuff. It's very rare like because I have another page where I do post regular motivational life stuff too, where it's not too mystical. Because I have people I know on there personally, but I mean eventually I'm gonna start posting more law of assumption stuff. But it's funny though. It's like that one doesn't really take off because it's a long format. You try to make everything under a minute, but these messages always take a long time. And you guys know me; I don't shut the fuck up ever. I called out of work Saturday to chill with my friends. That's awesome. Same because TikTok is dying. I feel like it is, and now they got the YouTube Shorts, which blow up right away. Like my comedy channel on YouTube was dead for years, so I switched to TikTok and I had progress. Then they made YouTube Shorts, and I was recycling my TikToks on there, and then that blew up. Not so much, but it got like 120 subscribers, and I was stuck at 70 for years. And then, and I think a lot of you guys came over to my comedy channel too. I got another manifesting money. That's awesome. That I want to talk about that too because I have a money manifestation success story. And this morning I dropped a video on manifesting money, and the video I did was walking you guys, and I recorded it 2 3 days ago. It was like doing a visualization assistance. I mean, you guys will see it today. I think yeah, YouTube is better too. Um, so you guys will see the video today if you haven't watched it already. It's what do you call it? Basically, I walk you through a visualization because a lot of people say they can't visualize. So I said, hold a $100 bill in your hand, and so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make a video on the success story later. So if anyone misses it, but I'll just tell you guys since you're here in the live. Um, I like picture it, be it Chris, picture the blue line, picture Ben Franklin, the $100, just focus on the symbols, hold it in your hand, feel how it feels, and then picture a brick of bills in this hand, and like kind of play with the brick of bills, and then put it in there, and play with the stack of money, then count it out, 1 2 3, all the way up to 10. But I think I stopped the video around 3. I think I said 3. So anyway, I went to a carnival with SP this weekend, and I live in Chicago, so this is like, well, it was actually a suburb outside Chicago. But there's always metal detectors and shit because people get in fights and all that, so I want to make sure no one's got guns or knives. So go through the metal detector. I take out my wallet, my money clip, my keys, and my phone, put them together, and I hand it to the lady. I look down and I see 100 on the ground. I'm like, yeah, just bend down like I had to tie my shoe or something, pick it up in front of all these people, walk, grab it, and I go up to SP. I'm like, babe, I just got fucking $300. And she's like, what? I'm like, it's got to be 300 to 400. I'm like, there's a couple bills in here, and I see 100 on top, and I go through. It was $300, and that was my money manifestation success story. But it was funny because I wasn't really connected to it. I was just doing something to show you guys an example of manifesting and visualizing for a video. And everybody's like Neville said, the ladder, or I would do one like I manifested the balls, or whatever, like stuff that's not really useful. I'm like, well, money's useful, and if Neville said you could manifest money just as easy, like $3 million, just as easy as manifesting this, if you could manifest money just as easy, then why not do money? So I did a money one for you guys, and then I went to my little cash stash I got and counted out, and it's like, man, I got like 2 grand in there because of the story where I told you guys before about manifesting the $2,000 that came out of the ATM right next to me, but I split it with my friend, so she took 1,000, I took 1,000, and then I was like, damn, that was good money. And then I went and then I had my money when I was killing it in slot machines in Vegas, and I was like, man, another money. But I used to cut into that fund a lot, so there's not as much as there was, but there were a couple hundreds in there, like 400s in there. I was like, damn. And then plus the 300 I got, I was like, damn, this is a lot of money. And I'm like, I'm counting it out. I'm like, and there's a lot of singles in there too. So it's a big, thick, heavy brick of money. And I was putting this money away with it. And I was like, oh shit, I got a good amount of money stocked up just from manifesting. So it's like, I know I've manifested at least 2,000 to 2,500 in the past year. So anyway, let me see what you guys are saying. That was my money manifestation. So I would love to hear yours though. The stuff that gets allowed on TikTok is yeah, I know TikTok lets a lot of stuff on, but then I get banned for stupid stuff. Like me and SP have a vlog page, and we were at the Wax Museum. And you guys, if you've been here for a while, you know about me and SP's vlog page. I've been lazy, I haven't posted on it, and then like we were going through some stuff at one point where I thought we weren't going to be together anymore, so I stopped and focused on my own comedy and content. But it was like a thing where we went to the Wax Museum recently for my birthday. If you guys have been watching the channel, you know I went to LA and we went to the Wax Museum, me and SP. So like there's J Lo's butt, and I was like comparing them. I'm like, hold on, get over here, and then we do like a little video with it. And I squeeze SP's butt, and it's like this is inappropriate. And even YouTube hit it with an age restriction. And I'm like, come on, there's girls that are half naked. This is just fun, wholesome, like butt squeezing. Wasn't even sexual. It was funny. I'm trying to manifest my SP, but I'm struggling. It can be a struggle, Isabel, but I mean, I know just as well as anybody else that it could be a struggle. I mean, remember, it took me, if you've been watching the channel, it took 6 times. I mean, I manifested her back 6 times, but the maintaining part, there was so much learning and growing I had to do to 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 keep myself in check. Because the hard part is, and I think I just posted it on TikTok today, a little highlight. The hardest part is not manifesting them, I don't think. For me, it was maintaining. But I know some people get tripped up on trying to manifest an SP. And the trick is living in the end and feeling like it's right now. So you want to, if you were with SP, what would you do? And it's like, that's why I do that sleep technique where it's like I fall asleep. And how would it feel if she was laying next to me and if she was in my arms? And how would that feel? And it's like, right when I catch that mood, I fall asleep. When I wake up, and like I said, sometimes it sounds stupid, but put a pillow by you. It's like, man, it feels good to hold on to SP as I wake up. All right, I got to go to work, babe. And then get up and go to work. And then do whatever you have to do. Don't look back at the bed. And then every time you think about your SP, be like, oh, I'm so glad that they're my girlfriend or boyfriend. I'm so glad that they chose me. I'm so glad that my self concept is worthy of having them. It's hard, but it's not that hard. And if you believe it's hard, it's going to be hard. I found you just when I said I'm giving up. Well, good. Hopefully, I'll keep you in the fight. Hey, Talani. Good morning to you, too. See, look how I stuttered on that because I was worried I was going to get your name wrong. You got me all paranoid now. Talani. Are you Aries, too? Yes. I was born March 26th. Oh, this one still got more ash. I'm glad. Hopefully it helped some. I know everything is like you're all when you're in that manifesting an SP thing, you're like sometimes you're like reaching, it's like, how many videos do I watch? What do I gotta do? And it's like simple. It's the most simple yet hardest thing in the world is to just sit and live in the end, which it can be fairly difficult. And I think I need to record 9 videos today. So when I'm gone on Thursday, I could have them all queued up today and tomorrow and edited. And it's like, again, some of them are going to be repeats, but I know you guys said you like the repeats, so it's like everyone is you pushed out mixed with Thought Transmission. So I'll tell my similar stories to that, some recent ones I had. Um, I do have, I don't know if she wants me to say her name, but I have her success story. I've got that money manifestation story that I'll tell. I'll obviously put it in a little bit more of a longer format, so there's a little story arc to the to the video. But the point is, I manifested finding $300 on the ground. And what's funny, because after I did that video, I was like doing it, and I'm thinking, I'm like, wouldn't it be wonderful if I found a bunch of money on the ground, a roll of money? Yeah, there could have been more. Is it exactly a big brick of money? No, but it's $300. It's not bad. Because I remember saying during the visualization that's out now, I was like, man, imagine all the things you could buy with 100 or two, man, 300. You could buy a lot of stuff, and I think it was 300 was the number where I was really admiring how much 100 could buy. Then I'm gonna do stuff on, I mean, our inner speech and self talk is so important. It's like motivational speakers talk about it, scientists talk about it. Joe Dispenza talks about how it fires different stuff in your head when you're just thinking and talking differently and feeling better about yourself. So, inner conversation, I've got a video I'm going to do on that. And then, like, one where it's like so many of us put so much weight into our SP. Like, even now, it's like, okay, things are good with me and my SP, and I've manifested it, and everything's going great. But as I was leaving our house the other day, last night, to go see my family, it's like, man, I didn't see my family or prioritize my family and friends and stuff like that. And I don't do videos for the Mystic channel on the weekends. I just post stuff that's already done. And then it's like I'm not doing anything creative. It's like, yes, it's nice to have that break. Like we're out there, we're facing the world and stuff like that, and it's nice to have someone who you can come back to and just enjoy and be with. But then you start thinking, man, all the stuff I could offer the world, and it's like, okay, I used to think of like this. If I didn't have my SP, what am I focused on? I'm focused on grinding and becoming a better version of myself. So I was in really a lot better shape. I was in I was in better shape. I had more money in the bank. I was working harder. I was hustling, thinking of ideas. And I was like, and then started this channel too. Technically, I don't even think I was with SP when I started this channel. So all the great things that come out of not having the SP doesn't mean you won't get them, but enjoy the moment now where you don't have them without thinking that you don't have them, if that makes sense. Where it's like you have them in your mind, you're dating them and stuff, but you don't need to be with them right now or up their ass or texting them all day. And if you need to send them a message, have inner conversations with them. I'm gonna send you a voice note about the tragedy that happened yesterday when I saw him. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, like I said, this week I'll be gone. Wednesday night. Well, Wednesday night I'm gonna be by SP and we're gonna be packing up for the trip and stuff. So, if you guys want to do any sessions or anything like that, it will be today, tomorrow, and the early half of Wednesday. I'm on Central Standard Time. Well, I'm glad you're loving the content, Jane. I will keep it coming. I've manifested an undesirable version of my SP and was accepting it for a bit. Had so much attachment. A couple weeks ago, I said no, felt empowered. A few days ago, something clicked that I can get the perfect relationship from anyone. It doesn't have to be him. And I'm so calm now that this will happen, but I don't even care who'll be my SP anymore. So strange when I felt so attached to him. Now something I don't even want to think about. See, that's funny. That's almost like when Neville talks about. He goes, so many people say he used the lady for an example because you know how many. He's like so many women. Damn, my cigar died. So many women will tell him like, "Oh, I want that man or no man, that man or no man," and then he goes, "And you know how many weddings I sat through, and it was that man or no man, and it was not that man at all." So his point was, he was like, "Well, what do you really want?" He goes, "You want to be happily married or in a happy relationship?" So his method was spin a wedding ring, feel like you're married, get into that state of feeling, because everything's a state. We're either moving in or out of states. So he's like getting in the state of being in a happy, committed relationship and open to whoever it was or is. So that's why he says, "Don't worry." But then I also come from the stubborn state of mind that I want that or no person. I wanted her or no one, and it's hard, like you said, because you're so attached to the outcome. It's like, oh, it's like you have one chance, and if that falls through, then everything's gone. If your manifestation fails or it looks like it fails, then everything's gone and all hope is lost. But if you realize that there's a whole field of people, then all hope is not lost and you feel better. However, if you do want that one person and you realize you are the best option and bad things happen, I mean, I've been there before where I was doing everything right and that third party popped up, and then I had to buckle down even more and live in the end, and the third party was gone. But it was a very painful thing to get over, because it's like that's like your only shot at happiness. You need this thing, and it becomes needing and not having, needing and not having, and you're in a state of needing and not having. What star sign is your SP? She was born like in the first week of September, so whatever the first week of September is. I only know mine because me and my brother and my dad and my aunt are all in the same like week or two span. How long are you going to be on live for? Well, I'm 20 minutes in. I'll probably stay on another 40 or so. Usually I stay for the whole cigar, and then I don't know, I've got more, but maybe I'll have a coffee after. Yeah, that is a very good place to be in. And Talani says that's Virgo. Oh, you're Virgo too? That's funny. Virgo, yeah. My SP is 2 or whatever he is. Yeah, see, the thing is, I remember like Neville used to talk about, hey, what's up, H? You're Virgo too? Neville talked about that. Neville was into astrology before he was teaching the law. Around the time he was teaching the law, he was into astrology and star signs and all that stuff. But he said the pearl of great price means that you sell your faith and everything else besides the law, that you trust nothing but the law. Like right now, I got a call from, you guys know I do like work in the trades and stuff like that, and like in Chicago is a union city, so it's like you got to go through the union. So if you fuck something up, then the union calls you, and then they're on your ass and stuff. And everything I did, I should not have gotten the new job that I got. And like I said, part of me really doesn't want it, because I'd rather just be full time making content online, doing manifesting coaching, and doing my comedy stuff and collecting money with that. And I still don't hold out hope that that's not going to happen, because the way things are progressing and all my channels are moving up, I'm not worried at all about that. And it's like, okay, having that job is like, okay, that's a security safety net that a lot of people would want. But the call I got this morning would have freaked me the fuck out back in the day, where I had wavering self-concept, and it's like the only thing in the world is if you don't have a job with this union, you're going to starve to death. But then the condo here, my friend helped me paint it, and I think I paid him maybe $500 or so or something like that. I paid him extra than I was going to pay him just to help out because he's got a daughter and stuff. And he told me that the job cost $1,800. So if two of us did it, that's $900. I'm like, damn, that's basically like a week's pay or more in some cases. So I'm like, okay, there's plenty of ways to make money that do not revolve around this particular job. And yes, does it pay good? But am I happy and fulfilled? No. So you can do. It's the same thing with SP. Like her how do I say the name? Arville. Am I saying the name right? Arville, because I know I've pronounced people's names like Talani instead of Talani. Talani is not Talani, it's Talani. I know she's probably cringing right now. I want to make sure I say all the names right. But the breakthrough you had with SP, that there's more people out there. There's more types of work out there. There's other things you could do that make way more money than working for someone else. And it's like sometimes you need that freedom, which is why I took advantage of these 2 weeks. You're right, more or less. You're what do you call it? You're There's so many more ways you could make money and do things that you don't have to work a 9 to 5. And sometimes it feels easier, like to be out of work and not doing anything. But I'll be honest, I've been out of work. And it's like I grind all morning, And then it's like by noon or 1, I've got all my videos recorded for the week or like ahead, or I'll tag the videos, or then I go through and I schedule some clients. And then it's like, okay, when everything's all said and done and you're settled up, I've answered the emails, I answer the comments, I do all that stuff, everything's all settled up and we're finished. I have the whole day to myself, but my SP still at work, my family is at work, my friends are at work. It's like, okay, well, what would happen if I would go to this 9 to 5, I do my hour in traffic, hour back, and then go to, and then, uh, and then I come back around, and then I make the videos. Then I'd still have time at night to do it. So sometimes you make a sacrifice like that. You do something that you don't want to do, but realizing that release that you don't need that one thing. That one thing is not the greatest thing in the world, which I'm doing a video on today too. Just got an email about the rent assistance I applied for on March 1st, and it was denied. Well, deny that denial, folks. Because I'll say this. Well, this kind of goes in with the money manifestation too that I told. If you guys are just joining, I manifested $300 out of thin air at the. I went to a carnival with SP this weekend, and it's a real quick version. I'm gonna do a video on it, but basically we went through a metal detector. I take out my money clip wallet and all that shit. I give it to them. I look down and I see $100 bill on the ground. Pick it up, and it's kind of thick because it's folded over. There was $300 in there. I told my SP, I'm like, I just got $300 right now. I just picked that up off the ground. I was all excited. That's the most money I've ever found on. Well, no, it's not the most because I found that $2,000 the one time, but I had to split it with my friend because she's seen it too. But it's just like a big one to pick up off the ground. And at the same time, I was really disappointed because I applied for my one credit card to go up to. I applied from 1,000. I wanted to get it from 1,000 to 10,000. The bank assured me it was going to happen. It was for sure. It was for sure. Then it didn't happen. I got really discouraged. But I'm like, you know what? I'll just make more money where I don't need the credit card. More money comes into my life freely and abundantly and blah, blah, blah. All this good stuff. And then I did the visualization video that I just dropped a little while ago. And I'm just walking you guys through how to visualize money, and let's do an experiment, see how much we could do. And within 2 days, I got $300. So don't give up hope. I know it sucks, but visualize. Remember, Neville got denied from leaving the army, and that was he replied. They told the government he wanted to be out of the army. He's got all these reasons to be out, and it was usually something that could get you out. Boom, he got denied. So he had to go and sleep in the end. So go to the end of what it would feel like if that rent assistance was already given, or you had more than enough money than you need. But yeah, I was very confident too, and it didn't work. I just see you said I was confident it would be my favor. I was very confident too about my credit increase, and it didn't happen. But then I found $300. And then when I was with SP, she took care of some meals and stuff like that when we went out, because I'm always paying for everything. So it's like, man, this is nice. My family had food for me when I went over there. So like little things, be really grateful and dwell on it. Like I know it's $300, and like rent is probably way more than 300, but that little thing, you dwell on that and really love that, and say you're thankful for it, and then say more's coming, and it's a sign that more's coming. Thank you, and oh, I'm definitely the best option for him. I have no doubt. I'm sure he can look at all of I'm so sure he can look at all he likes, but I'm the only one he wants. Just don't know how soon he'll realize this. That's the thing, when you detach like that, you still have your desire for that person. You want that person. I had to talk with my client about this the other day, and I made a video on it too. You have your desire for that person. You're not going to give up on that person, but you're going to detach from it. Detaching is not quitting. It's just letting the flow take it with, like, let the flow of the universe take it with, and no matter how ugly it gets or how good or bad it gets, it'll get there. You'll reach. Hey, Inked, how you doing, beautiful? Talani. Oh wait, no, I said Talani is super great. I'm just, I just remember Ani from Create Your Future is my favorite coach, and our names are pronounced the same, Ani and Talani. Well, that's what helped me too. Ani's my crush. I once applied for assistance when I was denied. Assumed I never needed. I'll make more money. I got more hours at work. Yeah, see, that's the thing too. Sometimes I would be manifesting more money and stuff like that, and would come in a way I didn't want, like surprise overtime or stuff like that. But it was technically more money. Well. SP is back. This is the 6th time I think LOL maybe 7. And we went on a great date. He started texting me every night and flirting, and then left me on red. Now don't dwell on the being left on red. Now this was something that I learned later on. Like I said, the maintaining part is is the difficult part, because now it's like you got what you want, but now you might be afraid to lose it. But if you have a strong self concept, you're not worried. Like my SP, I'll send her a meme or something, and I get left on red, and it's like it's not the version I want. But instead of addressing it in the 3D, like why'd you leave that? I've learned this the hard way. Why'd you leave that on red? Why am I sending you snaps and we're not sending snaps back? And why like we'll go back and forth. It's like what? That's 3D trying to change 3D. Joe Dispenza says 3D matter can't change 3D matter. Neville talks about you could do everything in the world to argue for something and you still won't get it, because if you don't believe you deserve it, everything goes back down to you. At the end of the day, it's you versus you, and your assumption of them and your assumption of yourself. That's everyone as you pushed out. Everybody appears the way you believe they are going to appear to you. Yes, that's the tough part. I can't get past that stage. Oh wait, what's up, Mark? How you doing, brother? I tried everything in my power not to react, but I did. Well, remember, even if you reacted, you can't fuck this up, because I reacted too, and then, like I said, if I got my 6P back, SP back 5 times, maybe 6, depending on if you count the one time as a breakup. But even though it was like only 3 weeks of not talking and we were still not blocked, and we would talk here and there, and then I was seeing someone else. But it's not a real breakup. But anyway, I tried everything in my power not to react. But yeah, even if you react, it's good. It's a tough stage to get through, and trust me, it took me a long time. Remember, my journey started 2 years ago, and it was ups and downs, and I don't regret any part of it. I am happy all the negative happened, because the negative led to the positive. Yes, I'm not able to work, so I was trying other ways. I've never applied to EAP before. By the way, I've manifested this chat. I really wanted to discuss my situation with a coach, and then your TikTok popped up. I clicked on YouTube and you're live. This stuff works. Manifested so many things. Exactly. So it's like that's one of the things. It's like focus. That's a mini manifestation, but it not might not be mini. It's big to you. I always say everything's relative. So whenever something pops up in your favor, uh, really focus on that and dwell on that. Like I was just thinking about a Reverend Ike speech I was listening to. If God is for me, then who can be against me? And that's something from the Bible. So, I mean, more listening to more Neville and Reverend Ike, and I've been doing the Neville readings and stuff like that. Oh wait, that's gonna be way more videos to do today, because I got to do the Neville readings too. But remember that if God is for me, then who's against me? No one could be against you. And if we're all one, everyone's you connected. Just see everybody lovingly. I'm staying away from red pill content, man. A little bit too honest about women and hypergamy. Don't affirm to change 3D, affirm to embody the state inside. Exactly. And affirm to be in that final state of your wish fulfilled, and visualize yourself in that final state and feel yourself in that final state. Don't and then don't consume too much red pill either. Like I've purged my TikTok out of it a little bit, and now I really only go on TikTok. It's like, am I going to post content? Then my friends post. Am I going to support their stuff? Boom, get on, get off. And then, like I said, I started posting stuff for me and my SP's page, because we were laughing and talking about our TikToks and stuff like that. And then it was like something else that used to make me really insecure. It was like her posting her workout videos and then dudes complimenting them and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, that would piss me the fuck off. But she has no control over if these dudes are commenting on it. And if she's not liking their posts anyway, or commenting or DMing them or anything, then it doesn't matter. Where it's like if the red pill, if you stick too much to the red pill, it's gonna be like she's not allowed to post and she can't do this and she can't do that. It's like she's not fucking all those people, and then she knows I run this channel, but to not to a super degree. But she's seen my Instagram post where it's like women have complimented me and stuff too. So it's like it goes both ways. It's like I'm not fucking those women, so you're not fucking those guys. So it's like something that will get you. It could make you insecure. Really break down the things that make you insecure, and a lot of times you'll find out that they're really like goofy things that make no sense, but your mind blows them out of proportion. So if your mind can blow something so out of proportion negatively, why can't it blow stuff out of the water positively? Well, good news. I saw SP at work, and that was the first time I saw him since the argument. And he asked how I was, and it wasn't awkward. That's awesome. It was a nice casual conversation. Saw him again later that day for his shift, and wished him good call. And then I went home. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad that you're getting through that. I like how you've been posting a lot of videos these days. I've been watching you every day. Well, I'm glad you like that. I've been trying to have one every day. Like I said, today I have to get at least 9 to get me ahead. Then I'm starting that new job next week. So I don't know how that's going to be. So I'm going to try and record. I got today, tomorrow, and the upper half of Wednesday. So that's why I'm like, I emailed a couple people who are interested in sessions. It's like, if we're going to do them, we need to do them now. And then I need to record these videos. And I need to record these videos and get them all ready so that way there's one video a day. I see some of these other coaches grinding out, like Tom Kieran or Elmer. They're posting every single day, and it's like, okay, maybe you're not working hard enough, Nick. And it's like everybody puts in, everyone. Like I used to say, well, I mean, why would I make more videos if everybody is, or if I already made a video on that? Chances are some people, like on TikTok, people haven't seen some of my content. Then they come over here, and now they're enjoying the content, but it was because I posted something recycled, or I posted something I already did a video on, but it just hit different. And now it came over here, and in the same way, you're helping more people, and it's just reaffirming it to people who already know. So I am trying to post every single day, even on weekends. Like you guys know, I don't really do coaching on weekends or anything because I'm usually with SP. But on weekends where I'm not with SP, I'm either recording comedy or going back to my roots or hanging out with friends and reconnecting with people. And then the next thing you know, um, it's back to like I try to use my weekends for myself. And with this new job, I work Saturday mornings, but that's nothing new. I was working Saturday mornings before, and I'm out of work on 4 p.m. on Fridays, which at the old job I was out at 10 p.m. So there's really no time to do anything. So I have a little bit more of a liberating schedule, but probably more work over there. So that's why I'm trying to like get ahead. So that way, if I'm too exhausted from all the work, the videos will be ready. I do the same with TikTok. Post, comment, and like a few of my friends' content, and then bounce. Yep, exactly. You'll get sucked into too much of the stuff, especially like all of us going through NESP stuff. We're probably going to get all the breakup videos, and we probably liked a few of them, and then now it's in our algorithm. So I went through and it was like, if I see law of assumption, motivational, or anything like that, I would just really I would like those videos, favorite them, scroll fast, and then if you see another one, boom, focus on that. Just kind of like purged out my For You page. And my YouTube is all the same way. It's like either instrumental music for writing, or motivational videos, or cool movie tributes to work out to, or law of assumption videos. So it's like this is all positive, or like ways to make money, or other little things like that, little life hacks. So I try to keep it all positive. Facebook is usually like all like political, so I stay off Facebook, or negative news and stuff like that. Instagram, I go on there, I post cool pictures of stuff I'm doing, and then I bounce off there. It's like the same thing. It's like Rich Piana said this, and if you guys know, you know about me in the fitness industry and how much, like I admired Rich Piana and Greg Plitt. They've both passed away, but one thing Rich Piana said, if your life is so boring, you have to scroll to see what other people are up to. You're doing something wrong. And I realized, I'm like, man, I was always of that mindset, and I fell off that. It's like, okay, instead of scrolling, make another video and post that video to help people, to do something of value that will give more to the world, more to yourself, and build a brand and leave a legacy. When I tried to manifest my SP and I was really living in the end, out of nowhere, he unfollowed me on Instagram. I didn't even post something. Why is my manifestation going in the wrong direction? Now, this has happened to me before, too. I should do a video on this. Talk about when getting the opposite. So, I know Ania Create Your Future talked about it and calls it the purge. And I think that was the video I actually posted on TikTok talking about purging it a little bit too. So it's like we have so much of an old story built into us about this person, and we're doing all the work and stuff like that. Remember, I said I was going balls to the wall. Things were good. It felt like she was coming back. I was seeing signs. I was seeing her name. I was seeing the angel numbers. Anything I could turn into a sign, I would. Because remember, numbers, signs, all that stuff, it doesn't mean anything unless you say it means something. So I'm like focused on all this stuff about, man, things are going good. I got her. Feels perfect. I'm living in the end. We have inner conversations every day. I'm having an inner conversation with her every day. Everything's going right. Then I find out at the gym I was feeling good. I had a good workout, and someone says, "Well, I'm glad you're over her." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And, just playing with the thing. He goes, "Because she's over you." I'm like, "Wait, what?" And Dan tells me that she posted on Snapchat with another guy saying, "I love you," and this and that, and she was with this other dude, and it fucking tore my heart out. I was pissed off. I'm like, all this fucking work. And I went and got absolutely drunk. I gambled. I gambled a lot of money away. And my self concept was so high. I was winning all my gambles. And I was like, man, things are going great. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, like I was buying sessions and stuff. And it was just like, I bought a session with Bia, and me and her talked. And then I was just like, I'm sorry, I don't even know why I'm on here. I bought this while I was drunk. And then I bought Ani's course, I think. And I didn't even read it, and I was just like, I don't know. I'm just ready to give up on this. This is bullshit. I did everything I was supposed to do, but then and I was like, I was gonna have my SP by this day, and then it didn't happen by that day because that day was coming up the next week. What happened to be like shortly after I had the session that I wound up getting her, even though all this negative stuff had transpired and I was doing all the work. But it's like when I detached and let go, it's like the universe and God knew everything I did the work for. My subconscious was impressed, but a bad thing played out. It was almost like, I know they always say it's a test. I don't think it's a test, but it's like a spillover where it's like, okay, maybe that person is, a way I look at it is they had to go away a little bit to finish changing themselves to be ready for me. And that's what, and then that's what happened. She wound up coming back around and changed in a better version, but it took the negative stuff to happen. It actually took her being with the third party to realize what a shitbag the third party was and how great I was, and it made all the difference. Are you and your SP of similar age? No. My SP is 40 and I'm 26. So this is like, I've actually had like 3 or 4 people. I didn't realize. Then it's like, well, maybe it's like because I'm too young, she'll think that all this or think that. That was like a negative thing I had. But then I see it's just like, I had 2 older women messaging about guys my age that they wanted as their SPs or are their SPs, and they were worried about the age difference. Now my SP did worry about it too, and one of the clients, if she's here, we're gonna have a session this week. But we talked already. The like when we do sessions, it's usually I'll ask you guys to send me the old story so I can find out what's triggering you guys and stuff. But she was worried about what his mom would think and stuff, and I said my mom was not a fan of me and SP being together, and and then it turned out to be later on, even though my mom was not a fan of us being together. Now, SP bought my mom a gift at the store the other day. They met when I was house hunting, and that was a crazy story how they wound up running into each other when we were house hunting because I thought my mom was gonna be at work, but she left early to come see the house, and we were actually walking out of the house at the same time she pulled up, and if we weren't bullshitting with the real estate guy for so long, well, then my dad and brother showed up, and she didn't really want to meet my dad, but she met my brother before. But the whole thing had all lined up. Now her and my mom get along. My mom asked about her. She asked about my mom. She's like, I want to drink with your mom. I want to go out to dinner with her, and blah blah blah. So there's that. All right, you're mature. Got your age. Yeah, mature for your age. Yeah. That was the one thing that SP said that she did like about me. She's like, oh, because it's not about age, because she was with the older guy. I think before her ex was older than me, and well, no, obviously older than me, older than her. And she was like about talking about how immature he was. So that's one of the things when you do this spiritual growth too, you elevate yourself, you become more mature, but it doesn't mean you have to be like a boring old person. I still do stupid comedy videos and things like that to make people laugh, and I'm still a big kid. I mean, she even one of my things too. I mean, you guys already kind of know this, but it was like a big thing for a while. It's like, oh, I don't get posted on her social media or nothing. But this weekend she was posting me, and since you're new, you'll know. I'll tell you this part. She's a grandma, so it's like the 40-year-old virgin. She had 3 kids and a grandkid, type situation, and she posted me like I bought her granddaughter like squirt guns and stuff, and we were all at the park, and like her whole family and me, and just incorporating me into it and posting it online. It's like, okay, if you were really cheating with someone else, which was something that really would stick in my mind, you wouldn't be posting me online with your family and teaching her how to do marshmallows and to your granddaughter do marshmallows and stuff. So I'm worried too. I'm 31. He's 41. I used to think maybe he didn't think I was on his level, but I switched the story to him loving our different ages. Yeah, and I feel like it's different too. Like, um, I feel like a lot of men do want younger women, But then a lot of men my age want older women because it's like I was reading a story about it too. Actually, someone sent it to me. This girl that I know sent it to me about like um, younger men wanting older women because they're more mature. It's like, yeah, because they've maybe been burned by life and they've seen a lot of negativity of life and they want someone like, because at the end of the day, guys just want someone, like I told my SP the other day, I want someone who's, I'm going to go out there and face the world and do whatever I have to do and hustle and try to grind out to make my family's life and people I care about's life easier. But at times the world gets to you and kind of burns you out a little bit. So it's like, I'd like to have a place where I could come back and relax and have, if I'm a king, you're my queen and you're going to be there to support me no matter what I'm going through, and I'm going to be there to support you. And that's kind of I think what you get with the older women. They're more motherly and nurturing and stuff, not in a weird Freud weird way, but in a supportive way. Did you meet at the gym? Yes, we did meet at the gym. My actually one of my best friends' dad introduced us. I had just torn my pec because I was really frustrated. I was going through a horrible time, and I was going through a horrible time trying to manifest an SP, but I was trying so hard. I was anxious every day. Now I did that. I manifested this SP back while in that state too, but this one was like in a horrible way. And then like a third party. At that time, I didn't think you could get away from third party, and I didn't think you could break out of a friend zone. I didn't think you could do all this other stuff. So I got really mad in the gym because I just got gaslit and stuff. But at the end of the day, it was all me because everything happens within you before it happens out there. And I went to the gym. I was lifting heavy weights with my friend, trying to like ego lift and impress this other girl. And I tore my pec. So I was at an all time low. Like I had given up on life. I was working a job I hated. I tore my pec. Um, I could never compete in a bodybuilding competition like I want. My mom had almost died. My uncle almost died. My grandpa's house burned down and he almost died. So I'm like, all this negative shit is happening because it's a downward spiral. So I'm like, that's the one part about manifesting I understood with everything and everyone being you pushed out. I was like, grab your fucking nuts and get your shit together. So I went to the gym. I'm like, I'm focusing on me now. No woman's going to get in my way now. And it was like very red pilled. And then I go to the gym and my friend's there. It's like, I want you to meet someone. I'm like, I don't want to meet no one. I look at her and I'm like, okay, yeah, I get she's attractive, but not like a knockout or nothing. I'm like, I don't care. And I'm not going to like, whatever, maybe. I'm like, I don't even want to hook up with her or anything. And I was just like, my mind was just so fucked up. I had no interest. And then next thing you know, like she's flirting with me and then making me feel good about myself. I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe. Then we were spending the whole weekend together. It was like the first adventure of fun I had in a long time. And then, like, growing up, I was always like, I did the right thing. Good soldiers follow orders. I always did whatever my family wanted. I never snuck out, never did anything. I was consumed with becoming an NFL player or a bodybuilder or a movie actor, which I still want to do the movie acting part, or maybe do a bodybuilding competition, even with a torn pec. But I had all these other goals in my life, and like I was so focused on goals, I never focused on love or relationships. And then me and her wound up having like a crazy good summer. There was ups and downs, and I started practicing manifesting on her. Like, oh, what if she said this or what if she said that? And she did, and I was not really attached. And I started falling for her, and then it became this whole big thing. And now we are where we are. But yes, I did meet her at the gym. Do I want kids? No, I do not want kids. I understand that older women have a lot of character too, and that's why I'm scared. I wasn't mature enough for him because 10-year different and 3P is a few years older than me. Yeah, I feel like guys in their 40s though look for like when the guys get into their 40s they're looking for younger women. If they're younger guys they're looking for older women. That seems to be what it is cuz I mean I'm really the only guy that was chasing a cougar, but and like I said I never expected it to be this way, but a lot of things that I fell in love with her for was okay, I'm now doing stuff I never did. Like I never snuck out and went to parties and stuff in high school. I had no interest in that. I was like, I'm in the gym. I lived in the gym in high school. I was focused on all my goals and everything during high school and never really did anything. Then once I got out of high school, I went into like a bad depression because I didn't get to go to college like I wanted to. I got thrown into the trades. I was helping my family out, and I didn't really get to do anything fun. And then I meet her. It's an older woman who's adventuresome, wants to do all this cool stuff. And I finally had money in my pocket because my I just got promoted at work, and I'm like, okay, so I was doing all this fun stuff, and then I learned about manifesting, and I'm like, and then she was the first SP I was able to manifest because this first one I did try it wasn't working, and it was because I was doing everything wrong. So I learned how to manifest an SP properly, and I got her, and I was like, wow, this works. And then I was like manifesting other little things, and my so she's like a physical representation of fun, freedom, and manifestation all in one, and that's kind of what I fell in love with her for. what's your opinion of not having the need to affirm? I affirm now because my desires cross my mind, not because I'm obsessed anymore. No, that's the best way to do it. When you're obsessively doing it, it kind of feels like you're lying to yourself. Now it's kind of like if I'm trying to manifest more money, money comes to me easy, effortlessly, and abundantly and joyfully. And I just have good money affirmations. And I just talked about this earlier. If you just joined about manifesting $300, I just found on the ground the other day when I was at a carnival with SP. Um, the money just keeps flowing into my life, and the new job that I just walked out of my old job, and then in faith I got a new job 2 days later, and I've been booking more clients than I usually do, and the channel's really close to being monetized. So it's like more avenues of money have been coming into my way. People have been buying me free meals. Even as PM, usually as the guy, you buy the meals whenever you go out and stuff like that. And when we go to dinner and stuff and we're out to eat, I pay for it. But like she ordered pizza and stuff the other day, and like she'll do stuff with me now that's helping me. So it's like more money is flowing easily into my life, and I'm like every time I give out money or I do something good, I get money back. So like if you're just joining too, my SP is 40 and she has a granddaughter. So um, she like I was buying stuff for the kid and stuff like that, or buying like little jewelry for SP or about my mom's stuff, and then like things just come back to. So I started cultivating that feeling that things come into my life. So I just affirm whenever I feel like I need to, or it feels natural. Or when I'm doing sets, if I lose the vision, I just calmly go into affirmations. Damn, somebody fell in the other room. Sorry, I just zoned out for a second. I was thinking about something about how crazy it was, how I avoided all this negative stuff with this union and stuff like that. And I've also come to the state now too. It's like when you get that opposite too, when bad things happen, stay calm and stay in your end state and realize no matter what happens, whether it's about money or SP or life or family or relationship or friendships or anything, no matter how bad or ugly it gets, if you hold fast and realize I am the greatest, people love me, I always get whatever I want, things always work out in my favor, and you hold that strong inner talking like this, like Neville said, God gave humans this speech, the power of speech and mind, where we could think and visualize and speak to ourselves and speak things into existence, then there's nothing to worry about. And then, like I said, Reverend Ike, if God is for me, then who's against me? That's a lot of smoke. Yeah, I had to relight it up a little bit. Do you have a cigar every day? I have a cigar when I do the lives, special occasions. I got a bunch in the humidor right now, but it just depends. Like if you're drinking, they kind of sober you up. If you're not drinking, they kind of mellow you out. But if you're not eating and not drinking, like right now, I didn't eat anything. I have to smoke it slower. If you smoke it fast, you're gonna have a bad time. If you're on an empty stomach and you smoke it semi-fast, you're gonna have a bad time. So I do like them. There'll be weeks where I have 1 to 3 a day, and then there'll be times where I don't smoke for a month. So it's all over the place. I used to obsess over my SP texting me and checking my phone, but he's been gone for 3 weeks and haven't felt the need to text him or worrying if he texts me. Not sure if that's a bad or good thing. No, that's a good thing because if you're in a loving, happy, committed relationship, you don't need to worry about them texting you. Now, like this thing I said, it's hard when even when you're in the relationship. Like right now, things are good with me, but it's like she used to send me good morning messages and all this other stuff, and she hasn't done that in a while, and it's like I'm obsessing over that. But it's like, do I really, like for a while it's like that means everything's falling apart. It's like no, really step back and realize sometimes how silly and goofy the things that you're worried about are. It's like she didn't send me good morning, but we just spent the entire weekend together, and I was being posted on social media with her and her family, and I was posting her on mine, and it's like all the good stuff that comes out of it. It's like okay, because of one bad thing, or now not texting, or it's like maybe they're busy. You come up, you justify all the reasons why it's not happening, and realize at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. Like, do you text your best friend every day? I do, but sometimes we'll go a week or 2 or 3 without talking. But then when we do, we pick up right where we left off, and it doesn't mean anything bad. Sometimes me and will go a couple days without texting, and then some days we'll be texting all day long from the time we wake up to the time we go to sleep when she has a slow day at work and I got a slow day at work. And it's rare. It's not as much. It's like when you're in a longer term relationship, you don't, I mean, you already know everything about each other. You're not trying to find out stuff. You're not trying to make them laugh as much. I mean, I always am trying to make her laugh, but that's the comedian in me. But especially, it's like, okay, if they're going through something, you're just here for their support and let them work things out on their own. And you just kind of sit back and it's like, okay, if I'm in this end state relationship, I don't have to worry about anything. What does a text mean if we're together and we're going to spend the weekend together, or I'm going to go over after work, or he's going to come over here after work? Like, you don't have to worry about none of that. Why do we have so much fear of losing SP? It really be illogical too. Exactly, yeah. So we'll spiral downwards like that, worrying about something. It's like it doesn't really matter. It's like at the end of the day, like Arvel was saying, that we can do, like, we have so many options. Why are we worried about just one? And Neville says, why are we worried about just one? And it's weird because I was like, okay, well, you know what? Like, I'll come on this channel too, and a lot of you ladies on here really boost my confidence. Tell me, oh, you're handsome. Oh, you look good today. You guys are always like boosting my confidence. And it's like after that, it's like, okay, yeah, there's so many good-looking women out there who would want to be with me. Why am I worried about one particular person? And then it's just like that freeing thought for a second almost frees you up for manifestation, like manifesting your desire. Sorry, guys, work is crazy as fuck. I'll have to catch it later. Sounds good, Inked. I'll send you a message later. I was actually going to message you today, but this week's been crazy trying to do everything. Bank holiday here, not many working. Well, that's awesome. Bank holiday. You guys have a holiday for the bank or something? Well, I don't know much about England or the UK or anything. I do know that's on my brother's travel list that he promised our grandma that we would that he would go there in her honor. So that might be a trip later this year or next year that we'll be going to the UK, me and him. It's weird. I haven't even craved coffee today. I didn't even have any coffee. I just love how my SP looks and sounds. He's perfect for me. And that's why I'm manifesting him specifically. Yeah, it's like you don't have to not choose your specific person, but realize that there's like, it's just realizing that you have the options, that you're the prize, that's that just kind of calms you down. Like, I never, except for that one time where like I was just like, okay, this is it. And I was mad out of my own thing and went and saw other people because I'm like, okay, if in the 2 years we've been together, you bounced between me and two other people, then I went and found two other people. I'm like, and now we're even. It was something that psychologically balanced me out, but it was just I didn't feel happy with them, and she didn't feel happy with them, and we wound up realizing we feel happy with each other. Where will you go in the UK? He promised my grandma because he wanted to take her there to like all the historic castles and things like that, and I don't know if you go by the royal palace. He knows way more about it. My brother's like very well. Um, he's like he loves history, knows geography really well, knows about other countries and their histories and stuff like that. So he's more of the historian guy. So he would know where I would just be following him around, so he wouldn't be traveling alone. And the fear is because sure there's lots of men, but they aren't him. Yeah, I know. I know what you're saying. It's like there's a lot of women, but they're not her. But realizing that then day you're the prize, that's saying like, oh, he's so special. He's better than every other man on the planet. He's number one, and I have to prove something to him. Same thing I was doing with SP, and it's like when you really break them down, it's like I love SP, but it's like if you really break her down, it's like could I find a better option for all these other things? Yes, but it's like there's so many memories and that love and everything that's been fostered there that you don't want to give up on them. But it's just having that thought that yes, you can do better and you can get away from this that frees up your mind to believe that yeah, you don't need them and it will give it to you. Yeah, London. That yeah, he was saying we might need a week or two because he wants to travel the whole thing, but probably London. But we mustn't put them on that pedestal. Exactly. Yeah, we do not want them on a pedestal. Because simultaneously, this thing will not stay lit. I think I let these go bad. Um, what do you call it? Simultaneously, while we put them on the pedestal, we put ourselves way below the pedestal. Yes, that damn pedestal put him up there. I wonder who. London is amazing. Yeah, I would love to see it. I mean, I never really cared about traveling either until I met SP, and then she loves to travel. And I knew she didn't have much money, and it's like I had the money to travel, but it's like I could have bought a house and stuff. But it's like, okay, I'm cool. I'm set up here at the condo renting this, and it's like this is a cool place for me to stay and chill for a bit. It's got plenty of room for me and her. I got the little studio in the other room, and it's like save up money. So you're slowly building it, but just take out enough to travel and hustle on the side. Um, when YouTube starts being monetized, who knows? That could be the travel money, and it's nice to be able to spoil her and give her what she hadn't had from anybody else. But at the same time, doing something like that too, it's a little bit pedestally, but realizing that you're having fun at the same time and spoiling yourself on a trip is nice. London's great to live there. London's not great to live there. They'll only visit. I feel like that's the same way with a lot of major cities. People don't want to live in them because isn't there like a lot of stabbings and stuff in London? How do I let go that there may be other guys in her country that she can talk to or kiss them? Let's talk logical mystic. How do I not think of that because she lives in a whole nother country? Well, I know it's hard, especially like in no contact situations or long distance situations. Like when I was in no contact with my SP, I had to deal with the fact that most likely, because I do know she posts a lot of hot pictures and she posts a lot of stuff of her working out, and she's known people. There's a lot more people than me at the gym. Like I don't go to the gym talking to women, but a lot of guys will go there strictly to talk to women. So she's going to be getting flirted with at the gym when I'm not there. This is stuff I don't want to reaffirm for myself, but it has happened in the past. It's like I had to deal with, and then finding out later, it's like you were getting your back blown out by somebody else while I was sitting here trying to manifest you and not living my life. So this is the point where I don't want for you. I don't want you to stop living your life. Marcus Aurelius, if you want to talk logical and stoic, Marcus Aurelius says we do not have control over outside circumstances, only our own mind. And that's a manifestation statement if I've ever heard it, but he's also being logical. We can't control what SP is doing right now, but in our mind and in the version of them that we see here, we can control that. We can make ourselves feel good by realizing that she's thinking about me, she's worried about me, she's worried of who. What about you being with someone else? Maybe instead of like you almost got her up on a pedestal, so instead of you being her being worried about what you're doing, you're more worried about what she's doing because she's up here. And like I said, at the same time, when she's up here, you're putting yourself way down here. It's very expensive and lots of crime. Yeah, that's what I heard, and I figured it would be very expensive. It's like the same thing in Chicago. That's why I'm gonna buy my house probably in Chicago because that's where I grew up. But right now, I'm renting out the suburbs a little bit nicer. I'm still gonna get her. Honestly, tell me, sir, or am I still? Honestly, Dev, it's up to you. It's like at the end of the day, if you believe you're gonna get her, it's not. If you believe you're gonna get her, you are. If you don't, you don't. I mean, it's been a long time, and there's a lot of wavering. There's a lot of people who've been at the channel. You've been at the channel since the beginning. A lot of people too, who are still in the process, but they've seen results. They've had contact. Because remember, Dev, if I remember correctly, from a week or two ago, you messaged saying that you guys were talking. But when we first met on the lives, you had no contact. So now you have contact. And the thing is trusting. It's like, okay, if I got burned in the past with my SP, I've got that specific, like, I've got that fear in me that now I have to address. Because if it all starts within us, I have to address it with myself first. And the trust thing that, okay, if she's not messaging me, like sometimes it can become really illogical. You're focused on the logical. The logical can become really illogical where you start a whole chain of events in your mind of the worst possible case scenario, which I've done. It's like, well, she's not with me this weekend. She's probably fucking someone else, and this is all a waste of time. I've been in that position before where it's like you're trying to trust and move forward, and it's like, oh, this is all fucking stupid. And then I talked to her, and she's like, I was doing this, this, and this, but I'm not asking her. She's just telling me, oh, you know what, I did this weekend, this, and this. And I was hanging out with my friend, I was hanging out with my family, I was doing this. And then you talk to, and then, like I said, I hang out around her family and her friends and everything now. They'll start talking about the previous weekend, and they tell me it was the same story. And I'm not trying to find the same story. It just naturally comes into my life when I'm trusting. And it's like, okay, so that whole time, if I would have been spiraling that whole weekend, I would have been just fucking tearing myself up for no fucking reason. So don't do that. I thought you said you talked to her like 2 weeks ago. I haven't spoke to her. I haven't spoke to her when she told me she kissed the guy on their first date. So you talked to her then, but I thought that you talked. Was that more than 2 weeks ago? It feels like it was recent. I'm getting triggered about yesterday. I think I need to log off and send you the voice note. I need help on how to revise what happened. Yeah, when I get off here, and if you just need to take time, revise it, start practicing revision how you would have wished that the event would have went. And relax, realize that you can't fuck this up. Remember all the things I fucked up. And I mean, you guys, I show you on the channel when I'm fucking up, when I'm not, what I've overcome, things like that. And um and how I've still like got to where I am now. If the road wasn't bumpy, we might not, it's not going to be as cool at the end. Trust me, when it's really ugly, it's like I don't know how it's going to get better, but when it does happen and you do get to the end state, you it's like, man, I don't regret any of it. That was a roller coaster of a ride, but look at I can relax. I'm here now. So when you're struggling, just go to your end scene that we talked about having. Don't worry about it. What happened? If you want to send me the voice note, you could, and then we'll set up a session or something today before I do the videos, and then I still got to run and go get a haircut and work out with SP. So let me know. I'll set aside time if you want to do an hour session or something. Let me know, or if you want to just do what we did the other day, where I just send you a voice note back. Hey, yup. I'm glad you're here as well. Going to listen to catch up. Yeah, oh, we could catch you up real quick. We talked about a money manifestation success story where I found $300. Um, I just dropped a video today on manifesting money, and it was like I did that visualization to guide people, but I was visualizing while doing the thing, and then 2 days later, wait, no, not even two, maybe it was 2 days, a day or two later, I found $300. And I said I'm open to whatever. I didn't really know, and then I say money flows to me easily and abundantly, and things are always working out in my favor, and they did. 2 months ago, damn, time flies. I think you're too worried about 3D. Yes, very worried about the 3D reality. Why is the universe doing this to me, Mystic? Why is the 3D acting like my enemy? Because you're letting it become separate from you. If everyone is you pushed out, remember, Deb, I went through a lot of shit too with all this stuff where I was tearing myself apart and feeling bad. When you're worried about why is what you just said, why is the universe doing this to me? That's a victim mentality. And if you want to be a strong guy who's able to deal with stuff, you're not a victim. You could bear any burden. Nothing's gonna bother you. There's a million other and I'm making a video on this too. There's a million other things you could do with your life other than SP. And I'm not saying give up on your SP or not need your SP, but realize your own potential. And it's a turnoff to people when the whole world is just them. Like it's only that person. Now I'm saying you can't fuck it up. You could always do things right, but stop putting the SP on the pedestal. Stop worrying about the 3D and stop feeling like a victim. It's a very victim mentality. Nobody likes the 3D Dev. Revise the story that she didn't kiss him. Exactly. Whatever makes you feel better. If you could do the revision, do the revision, or you go into your end state scene, which is like mine when I picture my SP saying, "I love you," getting close, feeling around my lips, and I just go into that. And I've spent an hour or two on sets sometimes when it's a really good scene and I got nothing else going on. I'll spend an hour or two on sets if I can. And if I lose the vision, then I go into affirmations or I drop into an eavesdropping technique or I go back to a positive memory and I just keep living that. But when your whole life becomes SP, it's very difficult for you to live. It's very difficult for them to be attracted to you. It's the end of the day. Think about it. We have one life. We're here for, it seems like the average age is about 77 years old. We're going to waste years and months and days and all this stuff worried about this one person because we think that's going to be our happiness. And I'll tell you this too. Once you get there, it's like, okay, cool, I made it. It's cool and everything. But then it's a relationship, and relationships are work, and you got to do this and you got to do that. and it's harder to save money. So think about all the positives right now at this state. Oh, you could save more money. You could work on your body. You could work on your goals. You could do a lot of other things. You're still young, Dev. Push yourself to become the best version of yourself. Be so concerned and in love with yourself. Think about all the obsessive energy you're putting towards her in this manifestation, and think about how you could put it towards yourself. Energy can't be created nor destroyed. So if you're using it in worried, anxious energy, channel that into working out, building a business, getting a good job, going to school, doing whatever you want to do that makes you happy. Think about Dev. Think about Dev being happy and not so much SP. Okay, Chevy, for the advice. I don't need an hour session, just your opinion. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll talk to you when I get off here, Talani. See that? And we'll talk about it. I told myself that when I'm with her, then it should work. Why is she on a date if she was supposed to be with me? So this is something we talked about. It's like, remember, I did everything right, and still a third party came in. And it took that third party and her getting burned so bad by that third party to reflect on the time with me being the best version. But during that time, I worked on myself too. So while that thing was falling apart, I was becoming the absolute best fucking version of myself I can. I was getting in the best shape of my life. I was stacking money. I was working. I was grinding. I was working on my other channel because it's before I even had Mystic. I was just killing it in my own personal life and just doing amazing. And would I think about her and get sad? Yeah, and then I would just flip it to a good, positive scene. That's amazing. Last night, I just told the universe I need $300. That is the exact number I said. That's my birth. Yes, it is. And it's crazy, too. If you watch that video, too, I want to know, like, that's the challenge, too. Yep. We were talking about, I think you were saying that you'd want to do a challenge, too. So here's the challenge I posted was, let's do money manifestations. Because SPs are great and all, but it's a lot nicer to have money because then think of all the things you could do with the money. Stuff with SP, stuff with friends, stuff with family, stuff for yourself. So think about that. And it's like, I would love to hear everyone else's money manifestation success stories as well. I manifested. If manifestation is perfect, then why did it show me to conform? I don't understand. Here's the thing, too. There is a science to it, and there is and there is ways that it works. That's why I say do mini manifestations. Have you been doing your mini manifestations, Deb, to build up your strength and your belief in manifesting? So if you're not doing those, then you're just going to see, okay, I just want this one thing that I put so much weight on, and if it doesn't happen, the manifesting isn't real. And you're so focused on this one thing, and it is a lot of pity and feeling bad for yourself. You're in you're in a low state. You're feeling bad. You're feeling unworthy. You're feeling that she's up on a pedestal and you can't get her. You're not doing anything to, if you're not doing anything to better yourself, then you're not building confidence and self concept. If you're not doing, like I'm telling you, when you're working out, you're feeling like, man, I could fucking take on the world, and SP is lucky to have me. But if you're not doing anything to better yourself or to focus on yourself, you're just beating yourself down, and you're not doing anything to help yourself. Yes, it's victim mentality, and it's when you get stuck in it, it's very difficult. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I've been stuck in it too before, but the way out of it is to better yourself, to feel that you are worthy. When you feel that you are worthy, you're asking the universe to give you something. So the universe has got you in an end state of asking to get. I need, I need, I need. So to be in a need state is to want and not have. To have, to live in the end that I already have my SP. Things are good. We talk every day. I'm having inner conversations with her, and you're there. And sometimes, a lot of people, and myself included at times, you're so worried about this needs to be like this, and this need, well, what if this happens? You get too into that contradiction. It's like, okay, if these methods work by testing them out, if I test out these methods and they work, and other people are having success stories, then why am I not having a success story if it works? Well, maybe I'm questioning everything too much. Yes, there's a science and there's breakdown. If you're coming to me for the science and breakdown, I would say watch Joe Dispenza. watch watch Naya who breaks it down more. I just tell you what I've done. I'll tell you my success stories. I'll tell you the clients who give me permission to tell their success stories. I know that when you do these techniques, things change. And when you feel good about yourself, you'll feel good. Yes, which video? I love challenges. They are always exciting to see how things happen. It should be the one that just posted today. Now, I clicked turning it from private to public this morning, so it should be up. I don't know if it has to render anymore, but it should have been up at the same time, probably around the time I went live. So it'll be today. It's me with the mansion in the background. I think it's the Tommy Shelby mansion. Even my friends say manifestation is not real and I'm wasting my time on here and this is a scam and coaches are toxic and they're only here for money. I do believe there are some like that, yeah. Well, that's not nice. Yeah, I'm here. That's why I do the lives for free. It's like if someone can't afford coaching, there's this, and then I make videos on every topic, and I'm open, I'm honest. I show you guys when I fail and when I fuck up. I come on here. There's one of my videos. It's like on here when I thought I fucked everything up. I came on here and said I don't know if I'm worthy to be a coach. I always tell everyone thank you whenever you coach with me for having the faith in me, and I've got clients with success stories now. So I did originally start coaching on here for free. If anyone's new, I was originally a coach for free. I was just doing this because it's like I didn't even want a channel. I wanted to make a couple videos to motivate people. And then, if you know the channel lore, Ink was the one who convinced me to stay around. I stayed around. I was coaching people for free, but they got really impatient and they were like mad at me. It's like, well, why isn't it here now? I need it now. I need it now. And you're not answering me fast enough. And I was just doing it for free. So then I was like, okay, well, now I get why the coaches charge. Because even if you're trying to do it for free and you have a day job, it's difficult. Like I felt like I was getting taken advantage of a little bit. So I was like, okay, then I'll just charge for it because it is an hour of time out of every time I do a session. So I found what was worth it to me. And then I also know some people can't afford it. So I always do that. I'm not talking, oh, you're not talking about Mystic. I'm talking about other coaches. Mystic is my guy. Oh, I appreciate it, Dev. Even Neville gave his knowledge for free and he ain't a scammer. It's not your thoughts that manifest. It's your state of being of who I am and who the other person is to me. Yes, exactly. So that's everyone as you pushed out. And like I've always said, Dev, you understand manifesting and you know it. That's why I want you to test it on other things. That's why I want you to do self-betterment and be open to, like right now, there's one thing I feel is very difficult is to win the lottery, but that's one of my manifestations that I would love to have. But when you do that, it's limiting it. So if you're focused on one thing, it's like I might become friends with a millionaire old man or something like that, or old woman who becomes my friend, and like Neville's brother, and then boom, all of a sudden, whenever they pass and we become friends, they leave me everything like they did to his brother. So that's limiting it to like, oh, I just need the lottery. At the end of the day, see what you really want, but there's certain things that feel very hard to manifest. And in your case, you've got the long distance and no communication and stuff. But remember, I've been through a lot of this stuff. I've been through almost every situation except for long distance, but no contact is very comparable to long distance because you're emotionally long distant from them. So I want you to better yourself and I want you to practice mini manifestations and to stop doubting. When it doesn't turn out in your favor, revise it. When it does turn out in your favor, dwell on that so much. If you see the angel numbers and stuff and you believe in angel numbers, think, oh my God, she's thinking about me. Oh, I feel so good. And then imagine how it would feel if she was thinking about you. That puts you in the state. How does it feel if you guys were together? Like every day you should be fantasizing about the best possible thing. You fantasize a lot about third parties, her leaving, not talking to you. You fantasize about those things instead of fantasizing about the absolute best case scenarios. Yeah, I was gonna say nothing popped up on my screen about your life. Yeah, the last comment I have from Yup Yup is that. Oh, here we go. It did pop up on my screen. Yup Yup said, stop thinking about her altogether. Find what you can improve in your life and do that. Yep, just like the Marcus Aurelius thing. It feels good to feel like you have a handle on your own life and future, so it's one, you're the only one that she wants to be in. Yes, ma'am. And Yup Yup has had her success too, which I'm very proud of Yup Yup. Because Yup Yup always comes in with a success story, and Hershey usually always has a success story, and Inked has a lot of success stories, and you guys have been here since the beginning, but a lot of the stuff picked up later on, like slowly building, and you guys worked on yourselves. And I know Yup Yup, you've been going to the gym, and you've been more confident. Like you said, you felt like insecure about posting your picture online and stuff, but then you did have your picture for a while, and you're just overall glowing up. My SP asked me to never text him again and blocked me after a massive fight. I have good days and bad days. Well, I've had that same exact situation twice. And she said, "We will never be together again. This can't happen again. I'm sorry." And it was after fights too and stuff because it was like I felt her pulling away and I was trying to change 3D with 3D. She goes, "This will never happen again." Then boom, I was blocked. Never even saw my messages or a chance to try to talk myself out of it. And then I went into manifesting and then it wound up. I mean, now pretty much I'll spend whole weekends with her and her family at her house. She'll spend the weekend over here. She's met my family. We're probably going to do something for Mother's Day. Well, Mother's Day, me and her are going to be in Puerto Rico, but when we come back, she'll probably do something with her family. I'll do something with mine, or maybe we'll all go together somewhere. But coming from the state of this can never happen again, and I don't want to see you again. I don't want to talk to you again. And when I seen her out in public one time after that, and I got snubbed really bad. And in the end, things still worked out. The journey could be long, but don't waste the time in between. Was it self-improvement stuff? Yeah, Yup Yup was talking about. Let me reread what she said. Or no, never mind. I see that you said you saw it. Your Mother's Day was in March? I didn't know that the UK does it differently like that. That's similar to my original SP. I was literally about to ask Mystic about. Oh, well, tell me about it, Yup Yup. Because maybe I misunderstood Yup Yup. I thought that you just got your original SP back, or was this another SP that you manifested back? Because remember, my original SP that I couldn't manifest, she came back with an affirmation. My friend who's really good at, he knew the law and doesn't know all the specifics of it, but he's a fucking master manifester because his self concept is through the roof. He's like, she'll be back within a year. The loser she's with will be gone. And almost 1 year to the date that he said that she was back, he goes, and she's gonna be begging for Nikki balls, like that's what he calls me. And sure enough, I was still with SP. She was the original SP was messaging me, the one I tore my pec over and stuff, was messaging me, wanted to talk to me and this and that. And I was like, sorry, your time is over. Good job, you're mature. Otherwise, you'd have not wanted her after that. Oh yeah, no, it took a lot because when she did snub me, my grandmother had just passed, and I spent my last Mother's Day worrying about what she was doing, and apparently she was getting back together with her ex that day, and then dumped me the next day, or after Mother's Day, and it was literally the last time I got to be with my grandma, and I didn't fully experience it, and I was mad because I couldn't hate her because I had so much love for my SP. I could not hate her after that because of all the things she represented in my life. And it's not even looks wise. Like, I mean, she's working out and stuff more than she was before when we met, and she's looking way better. But at the end of the day, it transcends looks. Like, yes, I'm very physically attracted to her, but my love for her transcends the looks, which is weird because usually as guys, we're just looking at the looks a lot of times. I just want my original SP. That's right. That's fine, right? I would only, the girl want to be. We both would look cute. Yeah, it's fine to want your original SP. I mean, that's what I did. Remember, you guys. Actually, when I started this channel, she had just come back around. But then you guys saw me manifest out of the friend zone. You saw me manifest out of friends with benefits into a situationship. And now in the thing where it's pretty much a relationship, but we've never really discussed it because I stopped discussing it. I'm like, well, what is a relationship? What do I want? Spend time together, be loyal to each other, and be there for each other, and that's exactly what we already do now. So it's like, why do I even care about a title? And if it falls apart now, my self concept is strong enough to put it back together or to get someone better. Because I mean, I did script out an ideal version, and it's weird. The ideal SP out of thin air that I manifested, and I was like, well, maybe I'll just choose this person. My SP is slowly conforming into that specific person. The one I manifested recently was the one I was trying to manifest when I found your channel, but the OG SP is the one I gave up on before I even found your. Okay, gotcha. That's what I thought. So it was the original, but the original from finding the channel, not the OG original. Gotcha. Would you prefer that one or the one that you have now? Because I will say the other one will come back around too. I've seen that and I've experienced it. Do you have success when someone did get their original SP? I see stories of the new SP, but I don't count that as proof. I mean, my personal thing was the original one that I wanted. I can message her right now and ask her on a date and go out on that date, and um, I could go and ask that SP out right now and ask her on a date and then take off with her. I mean, she's Italian and Irish like myself. Our families know a lot of the same people. She grew up very similar to me. We have a lot of the same values, but at the end of the day, I don't have that love for her because my love for this current SP was so much more. Even though we've both admitted we're not each other's type, we've found something in each other that we didn't find in anyone else. Let's test it out. Messaging her. I don't want to. Because like I said, I'm being loyal to this SP now. I do know that I could have had that one though. I got my phone right here. I'm not gonna text her though to ask her out because that's not loyal to who I'm with right now, and I've got no interest in her. Um, she got no booty. I like my Latina, but no, for real, that girl is conceited, and I would not throw away what I have for someone who's just all about. Yeah, I do spoil my SP, but that's someone who's, and it is the way I'm perceiving her too. But she is someone who's very spoiled, all about money, has values that she wants kids. I don't want kids. She wants to be a stay-at-home mom. I want someone who can travel with, go on adventures with. She doesn't like acting and actors and stuff like that. So in the end of the day, we wind up having a lot of differences too. But me and my current SP have a lot of differences, but we work through them. This girl, I'm sure we could, but that's not really something I'd want to do. Ask her for a hangout, not really a date. She did ask me on my birthday to hang out with me and to celebrate my birthday. Um, and I was with SP. I posted. It was funny too because I posted me and my SP on Snapchat, and she did ask me if I wanted to hang out and celebrate because her birthday's near mine, and I purposely didn't wish her happy birthday either because I didn't want that to continue on where it's like every year we wish each other happy birthdays and just kind of let her go. Not to say that I probably can't later on if I ever wanted to manifest her. I'm really not in the thing. This one This one is SP number 2. It's been an amazing manifestation, but we're not compatible long term. Gotcha. So you do want to go back to the original then? Not the no booty. What do you think about rewriting an SP? I don't have the manifesting book with me, but I've done that, and it was either last week's live or the week before. I went through and I listed out all the things I didn't like about my SP and all the things I wanted my SP to be like. And I went through on the live. Everything I didn't like is gone. Everything I wanted in her has happened or is happening now. And I did not look at that for like a year. It was a little bit over a year. And I was like, man, everything worked out in my favor. And I'm really happy and about that. And that would actually shocked me. And it's like sometimes when you look back, it's like, man, this is shocking. So I did rewrite that SP and over the course of a year, and it was like probably, well, there was a breakup in between there, but through that we both grew and we both had both ended up having an amazing glow up. We both got in way better shape. We both matured a lot, and we've traveled a lot together, and a lot of things have changed in that time. But yeah, I did rewrite her. Let's see, we have any other questions? I'm not getting off yet, but I'm actually taking my time on this cigar because I'm talking a lot. Some of the lives we got, like, we'll just keep going and going. Other ones where it's like a little bit. You just describe the differences between your two SPs, and the difference between mine are the same. Yeah, and it's all about how we perceive them too. Like, I'm sure I could change the perception of the original SP, but it's like the like my SP likes her looks too and likes to dress nice and always, you know, always conscious of her appearance. But this other girl, it's like so much about like how does the world see me? What I love about my SP is we'll go to the movies or something. I was always like very reserved, but I've always had that wanting to be out there more. And she'll be laughing and loud and talking in the movie theater and shit. And it's like, I know it's not right, but it's like, that made me laugh. I'm like, wow, this girl really doesn't give a fuck what other people say. And as someone who was breaking into comedy and doing all that stuff and becoming a public figure, I'm like, man, I really love that about her. And that's really amazing. And she brought me more out of my shell too. So whereas the other girl would want you to be a certain way, like, oh, we got to do this, got to do that, and align with all my political beliefs. And she's very political too. I'm like, I don't give a shit about that. Like Neville said, let Caesar deal with Caesar's world. You can affirm that you all are compatible. Yes. Don't leave your SPs. If you believe in true love, you can't leave them. Come on now. But at the end of the day, it's your discussion. Yeah. No, I'm not. I got no interest in that first SP anymore. I mean, at the end of the day, we did talk every day for months over the phone and stuff like that, but our schedules never lined up. We went on one date, and then she was like very political. So then after that last election and everything, she was like going crazy. I'm like, I don't, what the fuck? I don't give a fuck about this. Just a squirrel trying to get a nut. But I was just, I mean, all this stuff was kind of a turn off, and then like putting so much of my time and effort into her enough where it's like I tore my pec. I stopped. I wasn't worried about my family, and I was like, this is wrong. This is toxic, and like all this stuff left such a bad taste in my mouth, which is what I guess would show it's not real love. If I could forgive my other SP after the terrible shit she did, but I couldn't forgive this girl after something that could have easily been more forgivable than what my current SP did. That shows it's just that is like the real love that I love that the current SP than the old one. No, I know what you meant. Decision. Well, this one's really had trouble staying lit the entire time. My current SP is the Vanilla Country Club type. Well, SP1 was an adventurous about life and brought me out of my shell. I had a dream last night about SP1 and it was so real. Well, don't put the sad face feeling bad. That's almost like a sign that it's coming. It's always been like for me, the dreams always precede because that's like you really in touch with your subconscious and it feels really real. Now, I've had nightmares like that too, and if you dwell in those too long, that puts you in the negative. Like the negative starts to manifest. But if you have a good dream, emphasize it so much. Treat it like a memory. Like that really happened. In my mind, why does it repeat? She's with someone else, even though I am telling it no. she's my girlfriend and going against me. Well, it's because the subconscious and the conscious are fighting. Conscious wants to show you logical stuff to protect you. Subconscious shows you, what do you call it? Subconscious shows you your desired reality. You have to make this one so much more real, and you have to. If you're just using affirmations and stuff, it could be a little bit difficult. For me, it was because it's like, no, 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 no. Like I remember tearing my chest. I had like a panic attack after I tore my chest. I'm like, no, no, I can still compete in bodybuilding. I should still do this. I can still do that. No, no, no. It's repaired. It's repaired. I was trying to visualize it going back together, and the funny thing is now every time I post all my shirtless pictures of workout stuff, nobody can tell it's torn. I could always tell, but the world doesn't treat me like it's torn because I see myself as someone who's capable and able to do stuff. So that's an example outside of SP, but your subconscious and conscious will fight, and it's your job to not fight it too much. Like Neville said in that one vision he had, where he said there was a beautiful angelic being and there was the demon, and he said the demon pissed him off or whatever in his vision or dream, and he beat up the demon, but it got bigger and laughed and got stronger. So the more attention he gave to that, the best thing you could do is not give it attention. Instead of saying, no, it's not like that, just go right to your end scene of her saying, I love you, and being close and visualizing that and feeling that feeling of that. Dwell in that. Do not go to fighting with, no, this isn't happening. No, this isn't happening. Because now that shows that there is something happening that you have to fight. If there's no attention, it can't grow. It can't be anything because it doesn't exist. But focusing on what you do want, that could grow and exist. What you realize, you energize. That's another Reverend Ike one. Lately, I've been going back and forth with whether or not I want my SP anymore. To be honest, I want some, yeah, exactly. And there's nothing wrong too if you were looking for that and you want to find somebody else and to fulfill that need. Like when me and my SP had an issue, and it was like for the first time, I think this was in January when after Christmas time, I had kind of, I'm like, do I really want her or do I not want her? And it was not really official anyway. And I knew that she did me dirty in the past, so I found two other people, and looked around and I was like, no, you know what? After this and seeing what's out there, it's like I was happy with what I have. Now I could have kept exploring and I could have manifested within there someone even better, probably. And I know I could have, but then I'm like, you know what? There must be some kind of issues that I'm bringing with me from this. So if I want a relationship, I should probably fix this one I have first and then go from there. And from here, I've learned a whole lot more about myself. So I wound up staying there. But there's nothing wrong if you're looking for someone else and some good, that you can't do that. But you don't, and sometimes you get that realization, it's like, this isn't really what I want. And after all this, I can't forgive it. And I don't really want it anymore. And there's nothing wrong with that either. I forgot how much I missed him waking up. I was like breaking up all over again. I feel sick all over, to be honest. I thought I was over him. In my dream, he was crazy about me. Then it was so passionate. Well, that's good because that shows you, okay, then that's your true desire. And if you saw that you could, the one who, when you found the channel, came back, why can this one not either? And like I said, mine took like a year for that original one to come back around, but I had zero interest in going back. But like I said, if I found a new one and I manifested a new one back and I still have my feelings for this current SP, and I was having dreams like that, I would begin dwelling in that and just focusing on that because that's what I want. I have noticed I don't do anything. I've noticed I don't do anything and I live in the end. Negative stuff still happens. Why, if I'm not giving any energy to it? That's just the thing where persistence comes in. You got to keep living in that end. And then also, like I said, part of living in the end too is what would you do if you were with SP? Like, what does your day to day look if you're living with your SP? Because remember, you're very ingrained in this old story. I've known you now probably since August when I started the channel. You've been around since the beginning. And for a long time, it was like very ingrained that this can't happen. Does this work? You're flip flopping back and forth. Now, I've done those things too, but you're so stuck in that story and that old belief that you need to break free from it. So, not just like release the negative, don't focus on that. Whenever she pops in your head, imagine lovingly, go to an end scene, have a good memory with you guys, and then go about your day. What does Dev like to do? What are your passions? What are your hobbies? What did you want to do when you were a kid, when you grew up? I don't think that you wanted to be chasing and manifesting after someone that that is far away and all this stuff. I don't think you'd want to be in the situation. I didn't. This wasn't a dream of mine to be trying to manifest somebody. And then when I wound up having to do it, it helped me grow spiritually. And it taught me a lot about life, and it taught me that you can manifest anything. And then I've manifested a lot of amazing things in my life. You can miss her. I missed my SP too, but you can't dwell on missing her. Remember, Dev, like what did I just say? What do you like to do with your life? What were your dreams and goals? Focus on those things. Like if you did like think about this right now. You have SP. She's already your girlfriend. She lives with you. You guys are together. You're living a great life. But what does Dev's day do? What do you do for work? How do you make your money? What do you like to do? What are your passions? Do you collect things? Do you work out? Do you do all that? What does Dev do with life besides SP? At the end of the day, your life's broken into parts: family, friends, SP, passions and goals, work. So, what do you do other than SP? Fill those other blanks in. Start building the life that you'd want her to be a part of. Well, I understand that you want to be with her all your life, but other stuff happens in life. For example, I'm with my SP. What else do? I do Mystic Manifesting. I do Flex Entertainment. I do I spend time with my family. I go out with my friends, but the friend part is lacking. I've not been out with my friends in a long time. My family stuff takes a backseat sometimes to SP. That stuff's not good. That's a fault on my own part. I have to tell time. There's times now where I have to tell SP, sorry, I'm not hanging out. I'm not doing this. I like to work out. I like to work out with SP, but there are times where we don't work out together. She wants to do her own workout. I want to do my own workout. So she go to her gym. I go to my gym instead of being guests at each other's gyms or going to the same gym that day. We have our own lives too. You're going to want your SP to have her own life because trust me, I had a girl who was very obsessed with me and chasing me, and it's like, why are you posting shirtless pictures online? Because I'm trying to do fitness influencing too. Well, that's not right to me. It's like, well, hold on, we're not even dating. Like, this is one of the girls in between where I'm like, okay, I miss SP where she was like more distant, not too distant, but more distant where she's not up my ass telling me what I can and can't post. I don't want that shit, and I don't think you'll want it either. Maybe on paper it sounds good, but it's not. Exactly, on a pedestal. Get her off the pedestal. Current SP lives. Current SP lives, just going through emotions of what was country club supposed to be. Country guy was supposed to be. He's very sweet, and we agreed we were right for now till he wants a wife and kids, and I want to travel. There you go. Yeah, yep. You got like the same thing as me and my SP. You want to travel. Me and my SP want to travel. He wants kids and a family. You don't. My SP doesn't. I don't. So it's like, yeah, that's probably more compatible. We all do. That's why we're here. Yes, prophecy. Yeah, victim mentality. Yeah, so we don't want victim mentality. No pedestals. No anything. Live your life. If I had one thing to go back and change, it would have been living more of my life while manifesting SP. Because I won't lie, I missed a lot of shit manifesting SP, and I didn't have to. Your SP had her kids. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my SP had her kids and the grandkids, so she's got the whole family thing figured out. I don't want that. I want to be able to be free to say, all right, SP, we're going to LA for a month because I got cast in a movie. We're going to go work on this movie for a month. Or, hey, I'm doing a bodybuilding competition. Help me meal prep. Let's just work on meal prep and focus on this. Or let's go to the gym together. Like, she's free to travel. She gave up a lot of her youth to raise kids because she had her kids young. I gave up a lot of my youth to help out with my family and my friends and everybody else who needed help and do what I was supposed to do and get a career and do all this shit. And I missed out on college and partying and friends and girlfriends and relationships and hookups. I missed out on all that cool shit because I was just being responsible, just like her. But now I'm young and I want to do more stuff, and she's brought me out of my shell. I've got the money to do it, and she's older with freedom and could do it. And as long as we're loyal to each other, it's like there's no problem with it, any of it. Almost out of water. Yeah, it's like, especially too. It's like we went to the park the other day too. Me and SP were at the park with her granddaughter, and I see like all these people dealing with crying kids and all this stuff. I'm like, oh my goodness, thank God I'm never gonna have that. Feels like I'm holding my breath. I miss him even on vacation with friends at the gym. And I have a full life, but I still miss him. No, I understand that. I've been like that too. It's like at work, you're like, but that's one thing where you take a deep breath and you sit back and you realize, thank God I've got SP, because you wouldn't be in that clenched up, holding your breath state. And trust me, one of the times we got back together, I was on vacation and me and her just got back together. I was texting her the whole time, and I didn't miss a lot of the vacation, but I wasn't as present as I could have been with my friends in Vegas and stuff like that. And my family wound up meeting me out there too. I stayed a long time. Mystic, our stories and personalities are so similar. Exactly, yeah. They are. Well, remember, yep, you have a backup. You've got my brother. I love her. I can't see her with other people, Mystic. Then don't see her with other people. The more you try to change something in the 3D, the more you keep trying to reach out, the more you picture the worst case scenario, the more that gets brought about. I also feel like our SPs are similar, which makes so much sense why we are both crazy about them. Yeah, exactly. But we can't be crazy about them in a degree where they're up on a pedestal because we've done that, and we can't be where we're chasing them or giving up our own lives. Why does the he show me what I hate? Well, right now too, you're feeling very separate from the 3D. You're feeling like the 3D, like you're not the creator. You're just someone experiencing it, and it's punishing you. That's how you're feeling, and that's the state you're in. You. That's why I say go to the gym. That's why I say go do all these other things. I mean, look at Yup making all her breakthroughs and stuff. She started going to the gym and stuff and making progress and feeling good about herself. And Birds Before Land are popping up. And her original SP when she started the channel came back. Now she knows all the techniques. Now it's gonna be no issue to get the other SP. Once you see that movement, this is why I post the success stories from other people. This is why I tell my success stories, because I know how it is to doubt it. I know how it is to be like, oh, this is shit, this is garbage, I don't care anymore, I give up, but then not really give up. But sometimes that giving up lets you just take a breath for a second, breathe again, and realize, okay, it is what it is, I'm gonna move on, I can do all this other stuff, and you start to realize, and the world opens up a little bit, and then they come back. Because you're not so lasered in on one thing. It's like, it's only this. I can't have anything besides this. And it feels like you're tight. It feels like your shoulders in. It feels like you can't breathe. It feels like a lot of negative stuff. It's like, why would you want to live in that state? And choose not to be a victim of that state. Choose to not let that be your final state. I bet your brother's. Does he have dimples? Does he have your dimples? I think he does. I don't know. He gained a little bit of weight, so he might. They may have went away. Maybe. Uh, you and I would get along. We definitely end up like brother sister friends in real life. Yeah, I think so too. And with those similar personalities, if I didn't have my SP, I would have been. Who knows? If she didn't come back when I started the channel, I could have offered you the consolation SP being me. Dev, you really need to put yourself first. Exactly, Mitzi. He needs to put himself first. Why do my friends settle for less and then tell me to do the same? Because we are here to suffer. That's the thing. Maybe I'm not telling you to lose your friend group, but I reevaluated my friend group. That negative energy, they used to tell me, forget about SP, forget about this, your manifesting is crazy. They would mock the manifesting, they would do all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, you know what? At the end of the day, they watch all my stories, they watch all my motivational videos I post for my other channel. And every day on, if you guys follow me, I put my link tree and everything. But I've got Snapchat and Instagram. If you go on there, I post motivational stuff all the time. Even on my comedy page, I post motivational stuff. So I always post all this stuff, and I'm elevating. I'm getting in better shape. I'm doing more stuff. I'm traveling the world with SP. I'm going to Puerto Rico this week. I never thought I'd be going there. I'm going and traveling the world. I'm doing stuff with her. I'm building a connection with her. But that group of friends, they're the same place. They're doing the same thing. I heard one of them is trying to elevate a little bit, but they were pulling me down. And it's like, if I putting all my energy into trying to motivate you guys, what you're around, the five people you spend the most time with are the five people you become like. So if I'm spending a lot of time with somebody very negative, and I'm not, and there's a whole group of them, it's like energy vampires. They're sucking my energy out, and it's just like they're negative, self pity. We're here to suffer. It's no fair. When we go out to bars, it's like, oh look, there's all the girls we're not going to talk to, and I'm like, why are you talking like that? And then I go talk to one of the, okay, let's say I get shot down. Um, they're like, see, I told you, I knew it was pointless. Like that type of group of friends is not someone who's gonna help you elevate. Dev, I want to see you do something amazing in life, see you grow, see you thrive. And guess what? When you're doing that, you're gonna feel good about yourself, and your SP is gonna feel that no matter where in the world she is. Like my SP didn't know what was going on because she had me blocked everywhere. But she was, then she told me when I was thinking about her and manifesting her, she doesn't do manifesting, but she prays. And she's like, I prayed for you every night. And she goes, I thought about you all the time. So she was, as much as I didn't see the results and I was blocked and everything, she was feeling it and reflecting it the entire time. I want her now. I've done everything I haven't got. If you want her now, then you're not feeling that you have her now. The point is, when you're doing these inner conversations and you're living in the end, you should feel that you already have her. That's how you know you're doing it right. That's how you know your subconscious is impressed. Because I felt like I had her. And then when the bridge unfolded, it's cool. It's like, oh my God, this is cool. Wow, I would have never seen this coming. Because the way the bridge unfolds is always usually a crazy way. But then when you have the SP, it's like, and you're together, and how it's like, wow, this feels exactly like how I was imagining it to be. And almost like you can't really tell the difference. This has been interesting. I'm holding my. I know. I'm definitely flattered. I feel we were going to end up in the same tribe one way or another. Exactly. Yes, I believe so too. And like I said, when maybe a year from now, I don't want to put it too long down the road, but who knows? Something crazy could happen. I mean, like I said, I just got this new job now, which I don't want. I won't lie. I manifested this job out of fear. I was hoping they wouldn't call me back so I could just go balls to the wall on manifesting and be like, well, everyone, I quit and I walked in faith, which I was doing. I mean, I quit my other job, no notice, no anything. Burned me with the union. I just received the phone call on that too about being burned, but about how I'm not going to, about how I got something new. And like, it's not going to reflect well on you. Okay, cool. Ain't going to reflect well. Am I a hard worker? Yes. Do I know labor and backbreaking work and can I do it? Yes. Can I make money somewhere else? Yes. If I had to, I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna walk in faith. But anyway, yep. The point is, within a year or so, I plan to be making enough money where I could travel and then bring Mystic on the road. And like, I know there's a lot of viewers in New York, that being one of them. Um, I've got people in Boston too who I talk to, who are like, he's a regular client. Um, Quite a few people in California, Florida. Obviously, you know about Florida, and it's like those are all places I would like to go again, to travel with SP and do meetups and stuff like that, and that's where I see my future going. But it's like I'm not in a hurry. It's like I'm living it now. So every time I'm doing this live, I feel like okay, after this, I gotta pack up and go into Puerto Rico. We're gonna meet people in Puerto Rico, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna have a vacation. And my SP's gonna be free where she doesn't have to work her job. I'll make enough money where she don't have to work hers, and my family could be retired, and they could all be helping with stuff, and then we could be running the other pages and the comedy page and our vlog page, and the money coming from multiple places. But I'm not in a hurry. I'm in enough of a hurry to get things done, but not to need it right now because I already feel like it's happening. I find ways to make it feel like it's happening. She's your girlfriend because you said so, but do you feel it? You have to feel how it feels to have her as your girlfriend. Like I said, I felt I was in a relationship with my SP before she came back into my world. But I didn't do anything to reach out. I didn't do anything else. It would either be a natural time where it's like I felt really good and it's like, you know what, if I was unblocked, it's like, let me just see how she's doing. It was just a regular conversation, or she would reach out to me, or like the big thing was like when I ran into a friend at the gym and I just kept getting that tugging feeling. Talk to her friend, talk to her friend, even though I only met the lady once. Talk to her friend, or you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. And I did. And then she set up this whole thing where we made at a bar. She goes, she's really heartbroken and stuff. And you know what? She's like, she needs to see you. You need to see her. You guys are both going through shit right now. Even though my self concept was high, you could still tell something was bothering me. And then, boom, it was through a setup like that. And we drank a lot. We had a good time, a lot of laughs. We had a great time where we got back together. And then things were going so smooth and so perfect. And it was just, it unfolded naturally. But every day, even despite getting the opposites, hearing that she posted another guy online saying she loved him, that shit tore my heart out. I drank like a madman that night. I had given up on everything. But at the end of the day, I still wound up with my SP. Just trust the process. Feel it's done now. It's crazy that I'm manifesting all these things, but this dream makes me feel helpless and insecure again. I hate feeling desperate, but knowing he can make me feel that way, but not thinking about it. No, but you're not helpless, though. That is your subconscious being impressed. Sometimes you wake up, it's like, damn, they're not here, and you feel like garbage. But you wouldn't have had such a happy, loving dream unless you were thinking about them. And you were thinking about your SP. And you are manifesting him. And you're in that process and you're feeling it. So, like I said, use this as, what do you call it? Is a birds before land that it's already done, and make it feel like a memory. And don't feel like you're without him today. Feel like that's already happened, and that how you're going about your day now. How good are you feeling that that event happened? You'll get your dream life. Thank you, Jane. Where do you do your comedy? I do comedy. I put the link tree in at the end of every video, but TikTok I post more than on YouTube. But I'm trying to change that up a little bit. But I'll usually post my stuff on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube for under Flex Entertainment. So it's just usually like goofy little skits. It's nothing that I've really done yet. Actually, in my same book where I have all my ideas for manifesting videos, on the other page I've got all my ideas for comedy skits that I want to do. So I have all those in there, and I usually have the blackboard where I hold it up and advertise it. But if you go to one of the other things, you could see it. And then I have a vlog with SP that I just finally posted on the other day, but I haven't really put all our vlogs together. And we're going to be doing workout videos on there and stuff more too. Now that I'm on day shift with this new job, I get out at 4 p.m. She gets out at 2:30, but she usually stays late. So there'll be a couple times a week where we can work out and see each other, which is nice. What's up, Hayden? Saw you went live but couldn't jump on. Well, I'm glad you're here now. Glad to see that you can make it. Yeah, I went live. I think it's a little bit earlier than usual. I mean, there's no set schedule. It's kind of like sloppy, but eventually I want to get more into it. And then once I hit the 1,000 followers on here, it said you could do a membership thing. So I thought about doing 2 lives, like this one where it's like the free live, and then the other one where it would be like Neville had his VIP group, and maybe do them both on a Monday, but find out what time works better for people. Um, and I saw like I never looked into it before, but the membership thing is pretty cool. You get like little special badges and stuff, and the longer you've been with the channel, like a different color badge you get and stuff like that. It made me actually consider subscribing to some other channels and stuff like that, because I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. But then you could do the lives, and then I could set up like other little stuff. So I guess like you could do like a Discord and stuff where we could all go in there and talk. So like I said, I'm putting a lot of work into this. I'm working on an SP guidebook about rewriting your SP, and living in the end. And I want to write a book about my experiences and then put that out there too. Your SP on TikTok? Yes, she's on TikTok, and that was actually one of the things that bothered me a lot. But I think I was talking about this earlier in the thing, was when she was posting her workout videos and stuff like that. Made me feel insecure, because it's like, well, you see like all the women who post any workout stuff, you got all these guys, muscle mommy and this and that, and it's like, oh, they're gonna blow up her ego, and then she don't want them. But at the end of the day, I realized my SP's not a hoe. It's like she posts a lot of workout stuff. It makes her feel good, and she's like, I'm motivating people, and it's like, okay, if that's the stage she's coming from, it's not like the red pill stuff will be like when you get into that red pill stuff, it's like she should not be seen, she should not be heard, and she should just be kept off to the side. Nobody else can see her. But it's like, if that makes you feel good, I want you to feel good. And at the end of the day, one of the things I came to the conclusion of, it's like, yeah, I go on Mystic and there's a lot of women on here that compliment me and stuff all the time. It's like, I'm not running all over the country to go meet all these women and fuck them and then come back and then be with SP. So it's like, okay, think about it. It was like an irrational fear. That's why I say always step back a little bit. But yeah, she's on there, and we have a vlog. It's called Life of Lily and Nick, or Nick and Lily's Life, or something like that. That's. Do I have it in the links? No, I don't. Some of the old videos I advertise it though. I'll find it and I'll put it up too. One of the community posts might have it as well, Jane. But yeah, we have our vlog up there, and then we have a vlog on YouTube as well. But I've just been very lazy because I'm the one who does all the editing. Let's see. Perfect, because I just told current SP this year I'm setting myself up to be able to spontaneously travel whenever I want. The journey is preparing for the next travel. It's actually becoming fun. Yeah, and you should come to Chicago too. Bring your new SP, and then come and hang out with me and current SP. Even though I don't really know why people travel here. There's nothing to do here. I don't like downtown. What she called, I watched some of them videos. I will have to look, because she doesn't like do it in a way to like market herself or build herself up in anything. She just likes to post little videos, and whoever follows her. Because her thing is like user 11334, whatever. She doesn't even have an actual name on there, I don't think. It's just like user and then her profile picture and stuff. She's got like 300 followers or something like that. But yeah, I've actually never really promoted her stuff or linked it in there, because that was one of my insecurities. I'm like, oh, I don't want no one to ever find her. But it's like, with the internet, people will find anybody. Plus, too, I didn't want to link her with the mystic stuff, because I'm still slowly trying to break her into it too, like what I teach. She's like, so you're like a motivational speaker? Like, she's asking more questions about it now, and I actually showed her the merch that I made, because I made merch for the channel, which are like shirts and phone cases and stuff like that. But I'm not advertising the Etsy shop or any of that stuff yet, because I did practice orders, because I want to see the product and make sure it looks good, because I'm not selling garbage to people. I want to make sure it's actually a comfortable shirt, a good phone case. I designed a Mystic Manifesting journal. So it's like, you got to order on Etsy, and then it goes through Printful, and then Printful will make the orders and then send it. But I showed her that, and I told her about manifesting. But does she know you manifested her? Yeah, I've said it out loud, like goofing around and stuff. I said I've manifested you. But I also said I break down like the Bible and prayer and stuff like that, because she prays and she's religious, but not religious enough to go to church, same as me. But she knows like some of the Bible stories and stuff like that. But and she does pray every night and stuff like that. But I kind of like broke it down more or less of like, I told her, you ever think about something or someone a lot, and then all of a sudden they message you? I'm like, that's manifesting and the real art of prayer. Um, and there was something she was trying to get, and I was trying to teach her how to manifest it, but she was drinking, and it's like something very close to her. And she got very emotional. She goes, I know how to pray. I know. I don't need you to tell me. I understand you help a lot of people online. I understand a lot of people look up to you. I don't want to, no, I want to do this myself. So I've been manifesting her desire for her, or the best I can. And actually, there was some birds before land on that manifestation. But I remember just sitting there smoking a cigar on her deck when she was getting the news, and I was like, Mystic strikes again. But yeah, so she knows to that degree. And in her mind, it's like, she goes, I came back because I wanted to come back. I want to try with you. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when you manifest somebody, it's in their mind, it's their own desire. They have that desire naturally. Do you feel like you can level up when it comes to manifesting? Stuff seems to pop up quicker for me now. Yeah, it's the mini manifestations seem to like strengthen your that's why I always say to do that. It seems to strengthen your belief and your self-concept and make it more natural for you. Like I was saying, oh, hey, now I'm going to do one actually later on in a video, but I manifested $300. I don't know where I found it the other day while I was manifesting money, and I just did a video that dropped today about manifesting money, and I was walking through how to visualize it, and then boom, I got it. But that's the quick condensed version. I'll do a nicer video on it. Yes, my subconscious must have been thinking about him because I have consciously thought about him for a while. I haven't consciously thought about him for a while. I need to believe he's not the one thing I can't have. He's not like the unicorn. But he's not, because you manifested someone else. And why can you manifest that person, not someone else? I believe anybody could be manifested. Even like the first crush I had that reminded me a lot of SP before I met her comes into my reality, and it's like, man, I feel like I could get her if I wanted to, but like I said, it's like now I'm in the point where it's like I've so vested in this that I'm not going to throw it away for anything else. Does she believe in this? She understands the concept when I taught it to her, and she says yeah, and she puts it more in like a religious perspective, not like, I don't know if it's making her come off as like a super religious person, but she's like, yeah, no, whatever you pray for, you ask God for, you get. And I'm like, exactly, it's the same thing. I'm like, that's what manifestation is. That's what prayer is. Everybody's got a different name for it. Some people call it God. Some people call it the universe. I'm like, I kind of call it all over the place because I know there's people from other religions on here. I know that I've learned it from Neville, who learned it from the Bible. I've read the Bible multiple times. So I understand it through that realm. So it's easier for me to relate it to her like that. And she's like, I don't know how you always win money on slot machines or you're gambling. She goes, you're just a really good gambler. I'm like, no, because I believe I am. And she talks about like, well, you're just a really good person, so like things come back to you and stuff like that. And she's more into karma and stuff like that. And I think maybe, nah, she's not really into the signs and stuff like that. But that's, what are your thoughts on magic and stuff like that? Um, I believe like magic and doing the spells and things like that, it is manifesting in a way. It's because it's an easier way to trick your mind. So like I could say every time I smoke a cigar, SP falls more in love with me, and that's like a spell or something. So the puff of the smoke, and it's like a magic thing, and it's like flashing around. It's making you believe something because here you're seeing a physical thing happen, and we're trained that when a physical thing happens, a physical result happens. If I work hard in the gym, I get results. If I work hard at my job, I make more money. If I do this, I get that. So magic is doing a physical thing to create a belief in your subconscious mind that you will have the result on the outside, and then you get the results. So I believe that's my opinion on magic and stuff like that. I meant perfect advice from someone doing the same thing. I'm still hoping SP1 is the one I end up traveling with. We'll see. Well, we'll see. We'll know. So visualize yourself. Maybe here's your end scene. It's like on a plane, holding hands with him, looking at him, smiling as you look out the window and see yourself traveling to wherever you're going. That would be a decent end scene, I think, with that particular guy. It was a very unenjoyable cigar. I say we'll do about 7 more minutes on the live. So if anyone else has anything to say, and like I said, I think with the way TikTok's been actually popping off, we'll have more followers coming over here. And when we hit the 1,000 there, I'll use the phone to go live on TikTok and take questions, and then we'll go live here, and there won't be so many. What I've noticed is like the chat has been less dry the more we go on too, because more people are watching, more people are coming here to ask for advice, and it's that makes me happy. So I love to see that. So if you guys have anything else you want to talk about, I've got one success story where she talked about she wanted help with her bills, and the bills wound up coming down. She reduced it by like half. I've got me with my money success story. Want to make a video on. Want to do a video for Dev and other people when you get the opposite. Um, the lesson that actually wound up popping up here today was one that I wrote down. It was like, what is your world like minus your SP? How can you better the world minus your SP? What good things can you offer the world? The power of your mind and self-talk, manifesting out of thin air, not just with an SP, but money like I did. But I've done manifesting SPs out of thin air, so I'll talk about that again. Circumstances not mattering, thought transmission, everyone is you pushed out, and living in the end. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 videos. That should be enough to carry us into next week when I could film again and see more comments and do things that do videos for people that had their requests. So we'll chill out here a little bit longer and see what's out. But yeah, so if you're new, welcome. I know Jane, you're new. Um, this is every Monday morning. I try to go live. Sometimes I'll do it on a Sunday night because I know some people, because like I've got people from all over the world. The nighttime one's a little bit better for them. It's been great. Well, thank you. Thank you for stopping in, Jane. Thank you for believing in me and finding TikTok and coming over here. I hope this has been beneficial to you and helpful. And like I always say, if you got any questions or anything you want to talk about, bring them here or write them in the comment section. I do read all the comments. Sometimes I'm horrible about not answering. Like for about, I think it was about a month and a half, I was behind. And I actually just went through last night and responded to everybody. I think I got all of them. Good. I'm glad to hear it. And yeah, I've been good with that. If you want to set up a session or something like that, you can DM me on Instagram or which is flex_Lassiter, but I linked that in all the videos. Or you can send me an email at mysticmanifesting@gmail.com. And then if you want, we could do a session. But like I always tell everybody, you don't need the session because I give all the information out for free. But if you just need that extra push or someone to check in with, some people like they just book with me regularly just to check in, almost like I guess like a therapist in a way, and uh, and it helps them. And if you got success stories or anything, send me the success, and you want to share it, send it in an email or a DM as well, and then I can report that success story. I like to do the success stories because they motivate other people and show them it's possible. Thank you. Yeah, I'll probably check it. Well, I'll check in with you guys. Actually, you know what? This is a good announcement because next Monday I will be all day on an airplane. So next Monday I won't be able to do a live. Maybe I'll do one Wednesday morning too. So in 2 days, maybe I'll do one to make up for that. Or I'll do one next Friday morning. Oh, I'll be working Friday morning now with this new job. That's crazy. Or Tuesday morning if I drop SP off at her house Monday night and I don't sleep over. Because I did take off the next day. So depending on where it goes. So the next live may be spotty. But for sure, not next Monday. If it's not next Monday, it's to be the Monday after. It will be from. I'm leaving. Oh, right here, I got my planner in front of me. I'm leaving Thursday at 8 a.m. and I will return Monday night at like 5 p.m. or something like that. I didn't write that part down, but I will return some point Monday. But it will be all day traveling. Then either SP will sleep over here or I'll sleep over by her. And then we have our Tuesday to get our stuff together for work on Wednesday. And Wednesday I'll start that new job. So yeah, I don't know if I'll see you guys before I start this new job. But if not, I'll check in with you guys the following Monday and we'll talk about how it went and hear about how all your guys' time has gone. Thank you, Jane. Yeah, I think it will be a good time too. It's weird. I rented a car. I don't know anything about Puerto Rico or the island, but everyone told us rent a car, so I rented a car. We're gonna drive around a little bit, see what we could do. Oh no, the last minutes froze. What was your answer? Answer to what? Yep. Doing the same thing. Oh, I was giving you an end scene. Yup. So for your end scene, I was saying maybe since you want to travel with the original SP picture, you and him on an airplane together, holding his hand. Then you look up at each other and smile. Then look out the window and hear feel like the rumbling of the plane or whatever. See like whatever's underneath you, wherever you're, if you're going over water or land or whatever. And then just be living in that scene, which implies that you are traveling with him. Would I ever want to marry my SP? That's a hard one because both of us, that was one of the things we both bonded over, is we both don't want to get married. And I think marriage kind of like muddies things up a little bit. And then also like moving in together because I knew she was struggling for a while. And then I was possibly going to lose this place. So I mentioned it, but she has a lot of family that lives with her. So it would be very stressful. You'd be kind of restricted to one room. It would be hard for me to film videos. So it's better off that we're like this for now. And who knows where the future would go. But at the moment, no. I just want to be in a committed relationship with her, like Kurt Russell and his wife. They're not married, but they got kids. I don't want kids, but they had started a whole life and family and relationship without being married. Just a certificate or a ceremony or whatever. Yeah, exactly. I've seen too many people get married and things just get spoiled, and it's like, and she's been married before, so she does not want to do that again. And that was never actually a plan I ever had in my life either. So before I met her, I never planned on getting married or having a kid. What does T mean? Yup, yup. Wait a couple more minutes. I was gonna get off now, but I want to see what yup yup meant by T. I try. I'm just a simple man trying to make his way in the universe. What are they doing down there? Better not be towing my car. Actually, they did put up a sign. Let me make sure it's good. Oh no, they're cutting down a tree. Good, and nobody towed my car either. Oh, oh no, I revealed I'm wearing sweatpants instead of dressed up nice. All right, guys. With that, I think we will conclude our Monday live. I love you guys very much. Thank you for all your faith in me. And I was pouring down by you. Yeah, we got an overcast right now. I love that end scene. Oh, perfect. Okay, now there's yep, yep, yep. I love your end scene. Thank you. I could see it as you described it. Perfect. Yeah, then that's what we're going for. So I would say dwell on that as you're going to sleep and as you're, whenever you're having problems throughout the day. Perfect. Yeah, no, I love stats. That's my favorite method. So just find your end scene like that and focus on it. I'll see you later, Jane. So thank you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for having faith in me and coming into the live. If it's not next Monday, it'll be the Monday after that we go live. Um, until then, I'll have videos ready for you guys every day. If all goes according to plan. Should. I've got plenty of time. All right. Love you guys. See you in the next one.